again? And how do I make it corrupt said thing? It work for me.
Wait, what? Summon demon.
Nothing. Nothing.
What?
Nothing. Nothing.
Eh?
What? Well, really, what you want to be doing is summoning devils. They're much easier to work with. But
Devil,
yes.
demon, same thing.
They're
They taste the
really
same.
not.
Okay.
They taste
No, they
the
don't.
same.
Never say that to a devil or a demon. They will stab you.
Look, they
Both
taste
taste
the
chicken.
same, so they are the same.
Say it to a Yugoloth and you'll get a 5-year lecture on the Blood War.
Oh god, not that thing again.
Hello and welcome to Crabby D&D. I'm here with my players, Kat,
Hi.
Damian,
Hi.
Kay,
Hello.
Romulus,
Hello.
and Vinny.
Hello.
We are missing a Lloyd at the moment. Unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, he has Easter, because different parts of the world have Easter at different times, because calendars. So, yes, yes, he has Easter at the moment, so he will be here as soon as he can, but he makes no promises, so we may get a Lloyd, we may not. I don't know. We'll find out.
Oh, he's our tank.
For the time being, yes.
Wait, I thought I was a tank.
No,
You are.
It's Lloyd.
Lloyd
You
has
are.
done better tanking.
It's just Lloyd is a melee character, remember, because he's got a battle staff. With a whole +2 to hit, so he'll be fine.
Beats my plus to hit.
Let's get down to business to defeat your mum.
Whoa!
Alrighty then.
Fireball!
Fireball!
So, are we all
He
sitting
just
comfortably?
blew the mountain.
If anything, I'm quite uncomfortable, but that's my
Agreed.
natural state of being.
That is
right
true. Unfortunately,
That's true.
Harlan is he is beset by the plague at the moment. Fitting
Not
in
that
character.
plague.
Not
not-
that plague. He's
it's not
beset with a
COVID.
different plague. With different
I-
plague? Plague,
You
yes.
Yeah, bubonic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bubonic, precisely.
Yeah, it's fine.
Look, I heard it was bad.
Them buboes.
Call me bubonic bebe.
Oh, no.
So, can I get
That
the
one's
name
bad even
Plague
for
Bearer,
me.
Chris?
No. Right. Welcome back, everyone. After that little break, the group has returned, and now ready to climb back out. If they can get back out, that is. Our group of adventurers, Kat, Damian, Kay, Lloyd, Romulus, and Vinny, had spent their last couple of hours locating and hunting an ooze-coated rat that was seemingly possessed by a weird black ooze, that otherwise quickly and subtly escaped the party's grasp. Not too long after the party had discovered that this rat was controlling both the nearby swarms of rats and the corpse oozes that had been attacking the city, the rat populous and the oozes then began to fight one another. Having recently vanquished the cystic ooze ball, most of you currently reside within the entranceway of the storage area of this now partially destroyed and pretty much abandoned elven drug lab. Considering what your next move is going to be, the prior stench of the nearby water has been seemingly dissipated, or at the very least diluted to a certain degree, as the water has begun to thicken to a black sludge that now drips down the now previous waterfall. While the walls of the storm siphon tunnels still remain slick, with the slight clinging of moisture in the air around you. You hear nothing save for the breathing of each other as you consider what you're going to do next. Now, if I remember from what you were saying in planning, you were considering taking a short rest, or considering moving out. So either way, I will let you continue your discussions.
The only options I can entertain at the moment would be the one of least chance of me dying. Because if I die, then Cat dies. And if Cat dies, then I will rise from the grave and kill all of you.
Me dying will bring you back.
No. It'll be a very temporary and extremely unpleasant for everyone involved.
So what you just said is that if Cat dies, we get a free revivify spell.
More of like a revenant situation.
I wonder what a ghost tastes like.
And my understanding is they taste of boo berry.
I literally, in character, punch you on the knee.
Roll an attack. I want to see if this hits.
You
Alright.
realize even with your strength, this will be doing significant damage to me.
Yeah, no, I mean, come on, my strength, that's +1, that's 17.
That does hit.
It does!
Okay,
Don't
it
worry.
does
Don't worry,
minus
my
1
fists-
damage.
Yeah, there you go, because my fists, I get a -1 bludgeon.
Oh, thank you. Right. I would suggest that our best option is to rush out of here and get in contact with the people.
The people being the people at the place.
The plague knights and those at the
Hospice.
hospice.
That seems like a
Yep.
good idea.
I
They'll just
spe-
torch the entire place.
I expect. Well,
Well, we have got a plague knight who's handy. Well, he's probably still half asleep at this point. Have you woken up, sir? Oh wait, I'm in the other room. I can't even ask him.
Yeah, you're in the other room at the moment. Yeah, you're not there.
can we just assume we've all
We
gathered
haven't
up?
found anything here. We should probably head back to the others.
Yeah, that would be convenient. Oh, I am already.
I guess. I mean, shouldn't we kind of keep an eye on what's going on? Do you want to go back and then I'll just keep an eye on things, just in case anything changes?
All right, I'll see how they'll do.
I say we leave.
What are you all discussing?
Leaving.
Romulus dying, I die, Romulus comes back, kill everyone, then we come to negotiation. That's not going to happen. Now we're debating whether to head back or not. And if we head back, will the Plague Knights just torch absolutely everything down here if they find out there's slimes? But at the same time, we have just killed the head slime, so hopefully there's some degree of negotiating.
You do realize that...
Well, we do have
there's
something of an authority
figure
on
it
that
out.
subject here.
I was going to say, given that we've handled what would be the main problem of it, depending on how many slimes down here there are, that would be more of the captain's, or the commander's choice. As you may or may not know, I'm one of the captains of the group, so I have a bit of authority in that regard.
Oh my god, why were you put on babysitting duty then? You deserve so much better than all of this.
You do.
Hasn't he seen? Look at this party. It's probably best that a captain was put on babysitting duty. We would have probably broken the night.
The others were busy on patrol. It was simply a matter of I was just to stay in the same area as you while you slept, so that if you did try and leave or sneak away, I'd have more authority over it, and then I just happened to come along. I mean, I haven't been travelling with you prior to this. It was just I happened to come along this time around because you needed the authority. I'm still very tired, and once we get back up, I am going to be going to sleep before I give my report to the commander, so that I can
That's
give
fair.
a more sound report. So,
Well, what we've got here is that there is definitely some information in here that may be of good use to combating whatever is going on, potentially, if it is related to the thing. I gathered all those dumb books and am carrying a large
you
amount
gathered
of
you gathered a few of the books, yep, and I believe Cat gathered all
no,
the
I
papers.
gathered the maximum number
Yeah,
of
I
12.
gathered
Chris.
everything from the
Yes.
tables and
Oh yeah,
stuff,
that's true.
and
You
then,
gathered as many as you could from there.
then
to
Romulus
fit the
gathered
bag,
his
yeah.
keg.
Yeah.
I also have a keg.
You also have your keg. Yep.
All right, we should definitely get all that back.
Did
to
you
the
identify what was in the keg?
No,
Nope.
not
It was
even
just from
a
one of the
little
boxes, wasn't it?
Can
Yeah.
Can I taste it? I'll find out.
It's not got my understanding was it didn't have a
No,
tap.
it didn't have a
currently.
tap. It was just a sealed keg. Yeah.
We'll take it up and do that when we're in a less volatile location.
Does it have a smell?
You've got really highly
It's
developed. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's. I'd say it's sealed, and given the environment that you're in, I'd say it would be too hard to tell without finding a way to crack it open, given that it is a sealed product.
Hmm.
Right.
Might have. Who knows?
We'll have a look and see what's in here later. For now, if we get back up there, then we have a location where we can actually rest, where we can read through some of the information we've gathered, and potentially work out what exactly is going on with these slimes and rats down here, as it definitely does feel like something has happened here.
That's
They-
true. I'm
They
also
have
concerned
to-
about that big one. Is the main problem I'm worried about.
Not the one that we just killed?
Yeah,
Yeah, there could be a couple of others down here potentially.
that's what I'm worried
And-
about. If the ones on
and-
if the guards on the surface are otherwise unaware of this and those things attack, then there's going to be a lot of casualties, and then the city's going to get torched. If we get up there and give them the information sooner rather than later, it might
We can
help.
avoid that, potentially.
Makes sense to me.
Potentially, but at the same time, if they're down here and we can deal with them in this enclosed environment before they start spreading, then we could potentially make this more useful for us.
Well, in that case, we have time because there are plenty of rats down here to keep them occupied for now.
True, but it depends on how the slimes breed. If the slimes breed the same way that they
Think about that.
What is breed?
Hmm.
make more of. So with slimes, typically most oozes, once they've consumed enough, they split into two smaller versions of themselves.
Nice.
So
Oh,
feed
perverse.
food, make more food.
This is
Got it.
okay. The oozes are extremely dangerous, and they're not ones that you can tame, if that's what you're curious about. But
I think it would be more like domesticated fowl.
worse than the taste, far worse than that. But the oozes themselves, if they do reproduce and breed or split due to consumption and all the rats get eaten down here, then there's a lot of ooze we're going to have to deal with, and it might block our path if we're not quick. But if we're too quick, there might be too many of them for the surface to handle.
Realistically, we kind of need to fight them down here.
It depends. If we're fighting them on the surface, there's so many exits on the surface, we don't know how many of them are unsealed, or even if they need them to be unsealed. They
I'm
could
gonna
attack
guess
from a
not
lot of
after
different
looking through
entrances.
the door.
That's
I mean,
true.
apparently, they just need a pinhole to get through, really. So
That's
There's
even
true.
a
great
crack in a
exploit test.
pavement.
That's true. So we're better to fight them down here where we know they are.
In that case, it would still be more beneficial to get moving fast just to make sure that we can actually do that before they decide to leave.
The two of you are going to be okay? Looking at Romulus and Cat.
Meanwhile, well, in the other place, Damian's just looking at the ladder, contemplating, thinking, this could be fun for Cat.
Why would you have to say that?
Well, I mean, the two options Damian's thoughts of are there's this ladder in front. I think Cat had an issue with that last time. On the other hand, there's that vine rope thing.
It's a slope.
She'll get it.
Sure, get it, sure. Speaking of Damian, please make me a perception check, given that you are currently on
Just
guard.
casually
Yeah.
keeping an eye out.
I will say it is with disadvantage, though, because as much as you've got the dancing lights there, they're only providing a very limited area, and it's of dim light mostly, so disadvantage because you don't have dark vision.
Oh wow.
Good to know.
Is it perception? Did you say?
Yep.
4. Yeah.
Noted.
No.
I think in both case scenario, it would be best if we try and make our way out now.
All right. Then let us run from this place like gazelles in the night.
I will take point just to keep an eye out and make sure that we don't get
Devoured.
spotted by anything.
That sounds like a plan. Did you want me to light my mace, given that... Kind of looks around the room and notes that the torch that Cat was previously holding has been extinguished as it is now covered in slime.
Yes, that's probably a good idea. Thank you.
And
Lloyd's just
Is
been
there
in the
actually any
dark
light
this entire
currently in the
time.
room, or have they just been talking in darkness?
They've been talking in darkness. Well, actually, no. There's a
Yeah.
very dim light coming from Cat's horn. So
Yeah, true.
that's
So-
all that Lloyd
So
sees.
actually, yeah. In which case, he would have just lit his mace at that point. Okay.
Alright. Da, da, da.
Okay. So, which way are people leaving? And what was your marching order going to be?
Well, I'm currently
Well, I'm
waiting
in
for
the front. So,
Okay.
Because I'm basically gonna be forward scout.
Damian's just waiting until he can hear something and probably turn around.
Probably
Okay.
not, given it's K.
Right. Oh, that's true. It's K, so K will probably ambush and like crawl into Damian's armor by the time he even notices anything's happening.
Well,
It's just gonna. Oh, it's just gonna be that scene from Ratatouille.
How
Yeah,
how
pretty
tall
much.
is the ladder?
Hmm?
When I've been out there, I didn't specifically look at the ladder,
That's
so I
true.
don't know.
Wasn't too
You have
much.
been out there, but you wouldn't have necessarily, as you
No,
say, specifically
exactly.
noticed the ladder. So, I'll say Lloyd and the Plague Knight are going to move out with K there. So I'd say Damian, at this point, you note that the rest of your party is beginning to move towards the
Oh.
doorway here.
I'm just gonna run back with it. By the way, you're gonna want to have her ahead of you. You're gonna need to help her up.
Saying that to Romulus, by the way.
To Romulus.
I'm literally staying behind Romulus and following him close.
Alright,
Alright.
I will bring up the rear then.
Oh, okay. I will assist wherever necessary.
Am I actually concentrating still? Just out of interest.
You'd be concentrating probably for the next minute on your Shield of Faith, and then it's going to go down.
Gotcha. Okay.
So, yeah. But
Damian,
I will say that
we're
don't need to worry
leaving.
about that, because it's...
What's the plan?
We're
don't need to worry
leaving.
about that for now.
Okay. Cool. Where do you want me?
Behind me.
Okay. Cool.
Yes,
Okay.
but remember,
Didn't
you
see
need-
anything ahead.
if you need to block any projectiles, Lloyd is right there behind you. So, use him as a human shield.
I'll give him the get down, sir rule.
Get down, sir!
Take a bullet for Damian, it wouldn't have hit him anyway.
Yep. Oh, God, imagine.
Failed against my AC.
By the way, I know we've got a lot going on already, but Romulus, did you mention something about a white rat earlier?
Yes, there was a singular white rat.
Oh, I noticed that.
What?
And you didn't mention the white rat! No, it's fine.
Wait, right?
Wait, we had that conversation before.
Yes, we did. What I was doing it, it doesn't matter.
Alright.
Just if anyone sees it again, let me know.
And kill it immediately.
Oh well.
No.
Well, no, not.
do it.
I don't
But
know.
do try and avoid doing too much damage to the pelt. I have intentions to make a little bonnet.
Okay, how about we don't kill it? If it saw us and followed and didn't actually attack, then maybe it has some degree of, sentience and
If
self-awareness.
it's
So,
intelligent, then we should try and interrogate it. That's
Well-
why I have this, after all. And I gesture to my ring.
Oh no.
you're
Not
gonna
one of those.
feed it? Huh?
You're gonna feed it your ring?
Just let me
Like-
know if you see it.
Okay. Just
Oh,
promise
my
you're not gonna kill it.
God.
If it
Don't
doesn't
promise.
attack.
I'm gonna stay when it comes to moving, by the way. I'm gonna stay like 2 tiles ahead of the person in front.
So just keeping
I'm being forward scout.
Cool. So, as you're heading out this way, you obviously know the ladder is up ahead. You scurry up it. As Damian, followed by Lloyd, followed by the guard, Romulus, Cat, and then Vinny, bring up the rear. Oh,
I don't know how. I was holding Cat and somehow got Jeff.
Nice.
Yeah.
Ah,
Okay. So, as this is happening, Cat, I'd say at this point you'd notice the ladder up ahead as Kay scurries up it.
how tall is it?
If I remember correctly... Hold on, actually I have a document for this. I should use it. Where is it? You are currently in Area 1.
Wait, there better not be an Area 52.
No. There isn't.
Warehouse 13?
Also, no. I'm reading. Give me a mo.
I'm sorry, what was the question? Why was Warehouse 13
How
brought
tall?
in?
How tall is the ladder? And then Chris said,
We're
"You're
in Area 1.
13 is dead.
13's not dead. You be quiet. I got that reference. Have inspiration if you don't have it already. It is a 7-foot ladder.
Cat can jump that.
Good.
That'll be
Romulus-
fine.
Didn't have
Ro- Wait, let me just double check my exact height. Congratulations, I'm taller than the ladder.
I've just now got this mental image of Romulus just waltzing up to the ladder and his eyes are still just looking above, just like, oh,
Yeah.
that's what's up. Remember that thing?
Yeah, pretty
yeah,
much.
I don't think I can get up that ladder."
That's
What are
why
you-
I said that you should be ahead of him so he can help you out.
I don't think he'll be able to lift me up. Like, it's not just a case of,
No,
oh,
it's very
yoink.
important that I'm ahead of Cat. Everyone else, please go up and be prepared to help Cat up once I am finished.
Okay.
Or we could just go up the slope that's, in there.
No, this is much more funny.
Okay.
Okay,
Just
so
for
I am
this
going
Oh,
to
yeah.
crouch down. I'm just sort of like get myself in what I can only really describe as a push-up sort of situation, and then I'm going to use myself as a ramp.
Okay. As you're crouching down, beginning to lift up. Okay, that's going to hit Lloyd. Why would you do that?
What have you done?
Gonna need this.
Oh,
Oh.
for fuck's sake!
Really?
As who was making its way slowly out of the corridor at 5 foot around, you see the mutator as it takes a shot and hits Lloyd square in the shoulder.
You're doing your good tanking job, buddy.
That's all right. I can't actually see this. Or maybe I can. No, I can't.
No, that's fair. Oh, that's right. I used D4s, not D6s. That would have done potentially a lot more damage. Never mind. That's still good a roll. So 7 points of bludgeoning damage and 3 points of acid damage to Lloyd, knocking him down to 2 health. As you watch as a glob shot is fired from this room outwards, hitting Lloyd square in the shoulder, as you are currently hoisting Cat onto your shoulders, Romulus.
Am I able to use my interception?
I will say no, because
we were ambushed.
because you are ambushed in this instant. So I would like everyone to roll for initiative for me, please.
Oh,
I
here comes
knew
another
this
-6.
Thing was gonna show its ugly face again. I'm chasing
get-
this
I mean,
thing.
I presume I want to roll lower than Cat is my main intention.
But you didn't.
Oh,
Don't think. Oh,
things
no.
are good.
Well,
Things
what
are
did you
good.
get?
I got a
And-
10 in total.
Well, I will try my best.
Yeah,
There
no,
we
you
go.
might have. Yeah.
Yeah,
fair.
yeah. See, I when I know what I'm aiming for, I'm quite good at it.
I actually just rolled initiative, which
7.
is actually reasonable. I'm amazed. The
Oh,
first
yeah.
time in a campaign, I'm savouring the moment.
You rolled well.
To clarify,
Yeah.
That's not
I
supposed
need
to
to make
happen.
this as clear as possible. I'm acting as a
know.
ramp, not like doing a weird, horrifying piggyback situation.
Nope, I get it. Alright, so first off, let's change the music. And second of all, 25 to 20. 20 to 15.
15.
15.
Just rolling for Lloyd. Ooh, Lloyd did well. He got 16.
He's-
I'm going to start with him. Oh, great.
Good luck.
Who else got 15?
I got 15.
I did.
Oh, wow. Nice. Well,
Yeah,
well
I
done.
rolled a
then.
17.
All right, 10 to 5, or 15 to 10, sorry.
10.
10 to 5.
5.
5 to 6.
7.
Oh, I was going to say, like, Romulus? Really?
I was waiting for
Yeah.
side to be done.
Oh,
Yeah, that's fair. I've also just remembered, I needed to add it to my to-do list, that you have your new ability that I need to put in there for you, Romulus.
Didn't we all 15?
Yeah, we both got 15. Kay and I both got 15.
Uh,
Oh, no,
didn't
no, Lloyd got
get
16.
Lloyd
Oh,
got
Lloyd
16.
Lloyd got
16? Oh, I thought he got a 15 also.
No, Lloyd got 16.
And
So
Mr. Mans?
you two can decide which way round you want to go between Damian and you, so you can decide. But ideally it would be you going first. Mr. Man's got a 10, the same as Cat, so he'll be going after because he is an NPC. And to make it very anticlimactic.
Yep, figured.
What did it roll?
Probably a...
It rolled a 6,
Oh.
but it has a -2, or -4, sorry, so it's got 2 to...
Minus.
I was close.
Yeah, you're close.
Wow.
So, hang on, if it had rolled,
A natural 1, it would have had a total of -8. So
oh,
yes.
that
Wow.
was good.
Yes. Anyway,
15.
so top of the round, Lloyd has just been pelted from the side by this glob of acid and ooze, which otherwise ruptures across his side. You can see bits of his shoulder beginning to burn away as the glob shot has hit. As you watch as it just kind of slides its way across the surface of the ceiling, slowly making its way towards the rest of you. You cannot see any bodies inside of this one, notably, for those of you who do take note of this. He is then going to proceed to... he doesn't have many points left, so he is going to just use a... He is going to hold his action. Actually, no, first of all, he's going to go 5, 10, 15, 20 to move past you, Damian, just to get here. And he is going to hold a Toll the Dead on this thing once somebody has damaged it. Okay, end of his turn. Kay, you are up. Or Kay or Damian, you are up. Which one of
Okay,
you is
you go
going to
first.
take? Okay, cool. So that's fine.
You eat it.
Jump.
Yep. Also, go ahead and make me a athletics or acrobatics check. See whether you're bouncing off a fungus or just jumping across.
Acrobatics.
Go for it. Easy enough. Jumping across the water. You otherwise bounce off of the mushrooms in front of you, landing on the other side, kind of skidding to a halt against the wall. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
30.
30. Okay. Looking and peeking around the corner, you can see that the ooze itself is otherwise hanging off of the ceiling. You'll have disadvantage on attack rolls against it, given you are a small creature. Because you cannot hit it at this reach.
I will be alright, I think. You know what? No, I will be alright. I remember this thing's AC.
What do you mean? Yeah, that hits.
Yep, I hit.
Alright, taking the first swing with what?
It's just gonna be claws because Mr. Mans can see me.
Okay. Go ahead and make the first attack roll or first damage roll then, please.
Only damage roll.
I mean, you can bonus action attack it.
I would have to use.
You don't have to
My
use your bite. You can use your
I
claw
don't?
instead. No, because you have 2 claws. If you don't use your 2 claws during an extra attack, you can use the other claw as an attack.
Okay.
So how much damage is that?
That would be 6 plus 4 plus 1.
So 11 points of damage. All right. Good opener. At which point it is going to make a wisdom save against Toll the Dead, which it fails. So that will be D12 damage from Lloyd, doing 7 points of necrotic damage to it. Okay. That is his held action.
Another claw.
Bonus action attack. Hits and doing 5 points of damage plus 1, making it 6. Okay, good opener. Even though it's on the ceiling, there are still bits of it which are otherwise dangling down as its ooze and slightly drippy form begins to hang down. You use those and kind of bat them, just like boxing, like you would with one of those boxing balls. As you just swing, taking your swipes against them, just kind of cutting them off and splattering them against the entranceway.
Yeah, a workout.
Okay, Damian, you are up.
Can Damian... Could Damian physically jump that gap?
You can. It will be an athletics check to do so, as it will be a standing jump, because you cannot get a proper run up.
Yep, that seems fine. I'm going to move there. I'm going to try and do a standing jump.
Okay, go ahead
Athletics.
and... Yep, just an athletics check. DC is 10, same as... because it's just a regular challenge, just trying to get across it.
Well, that's helpful.
17. Alright, easy enough. Yeah, in the event where it's cocked like that, you just pick it up and drop it, and then it will go
Oh
to
no,
the
is it
number source.
22?
Well, yes. Either way.
I was just gonna say, at the end of my turn, I was just gonna yell out basically to these ones down here. You guys keep doing what you're doing. We got this.
Okay. Hey.
All right.
Romulus has no
There's
idea.
just an incredibly heavy cat on your back.
I've got it. Don't worry. Cat
Did it?
will get up this ladder.
They didn't hear Lloyd yell from taking damage.
Yeah, they probably would have.
We just assumed he lightly stubbed his toe.
Yeah, there's a high chance of that.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Like,
that's fair.
Damian's going to smack it with his mace.
Alright, given you are a medium creature, you can currently hit it where it's on the ceiling, so go ahead and make me an attack roll.
Schmecker, schmecker.
Yep. Easily
Wow.
enough. Easily enough, you swing up with your mace, trying to strike for a good portion of it. As Kay otherwise takes a swing with one of the pieces, you end up hitting an area which has just been cut back. And you just end up grazing the top, still doing some damage, but not a significant amount. So that would be 1 plus 4.
4 in total.
Oh, 4 in total. Okay, so that's 4 points of bludgeoning damage. Nice. You take the swing of the mace, striking against it. You have a bonus action.
Yes, I am.
Anything
I'll
you
have
can
a
do
look
with
at
that?
I suspect no.
I believe it's a
suspect.
no until you get to 4th level, and you were playing Tick Shieldmaster, so you could do something with your bonus action then on the regular.
Yeah,
but,
I think
yeah.
I am pretty much. Or I level up. We haven't
Yes.
done that yet, so I
Yeah.
can't. So that's
Oh
my
yeah,
turn.
that's true because you need till you get the extra stuff. All right.
Yep.
Okay. Cat, you are currently on Romulus's back, currently wobbling. Make me a dexterity saving throw with advantage as you're receiving help from both Romulus and Vinny.
Okay.
I assume you were helping Vinny, given you were in the space behind.
Vinny was just there.
You
for
can
sh-
say
Yes.
say no, Vinny.
I will say, horses definitely can jump 7 foot. So really, there's no reason for me to be here. This is all a terrible mistake.
Okay, this is fair.
To the
However,
extent that I'm able to help, I will try and provide some support.
But the question
Okay.
is, can Cat do it?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
you've also got to remember she's more of a pony than a full-blown horse. But yeah.
Alright, so 5.
So, with advantage because you had
Oh,
help.
with advantage, right, that'd be 21.
21, yeah. Easily enough, you manage to maintain your balance, and you can hop off onto this upper area, and you will have 10 feet of... or you'll have half your movement after you have moved up to here, if you wish to do so. Or you can stay on Romulus's back.
Please do not do that.
I'm gonna hop off and 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Surprise.
Well, I see the slime and I can.
Oh, yeah. You can quite happily
Okay.
see it.
Alright. What's the range of that? 30 foot.
Yeah, you're definitely within
Okay.
range.
I'm gonna go here then.
Into the water, okay.
Yeah, and I'm gonna use Mage Hand. Can I reach this lever? Because I know it's there, and I know it activates the trap.
I will say, make me a intelligence check, and this will be you using your spell in a crafty manner in order to activate it.
Okay.
Given that you technically don't have line of sight, but you know that it's there.
That'd be like
Ooh,
a lot. That's
22.
gonna be, yeah.
Okay. You think about what you need, and you use this moment kind of seeing through past where Damian is, the gap because it's on the ceiling. You see roughly where it should be. You don't know if you're certain, but as you summon the mage hand, you see that it otherwise automatically seems to be grabbed around something that's in the up position.
Cool. I'm going to pull it down.
Okay. You pull it down. The rest of you hear the sound of otherwise the grinding of metal as something drops down as a portcullis has otherwise fallen down and struck the ground behind. Okay.
Now, how did we activate that trap?
Like this. And I will show this in the next episode of
Well, if your
Dragon
turn doesn't come around for another 2.5 hours, I'm doing something wrong as a DM.
Okay, then in that case, then that's pretty much just gonna end my turn.
Okay. Just have a Plague Knight's turn. He was going to move up. I'm going to roll an intelligence check for him. This will be a disadvantage because he's exhausted to see if he gets what you're trying to do there, Cat. It's pretty decent, actually. Okay. He is going to instead use his... Yeah, he is going to use Sacred Flame on the portcullis, knowing that that caused the trap to trigger last time. Tech save for a portcullis. It's an object, it doesn't get one. So I'm just going to see if he does enough damage to trigger it, given that he's using a spell rather than a physical contact. Fortunately, as you watch as the radiant flames flicker around the outside of the portcullis, you watch as it doesn't move, but the damage seems to just graze off of it, unable to really get it to move. Not what I wanted. Someone set off the trap! And he is going to then spend the rest of his movement to move closer to Lloyd, just to provide a little bit of a screen should something attack him. Romulus, you are up. And Vinny, you will be up next.
Well, I continue my glorious push-up into standing position.
Okay.
Using the ladder to essentially just climb my way back up.
Mm-hmm.
And I get up. How much of my movement would you say that would take?
Given it's climbing, it's double, so it would be about 50. It'll be about 15 feet of movement, and I'll say it took, given you were just in a squatted position, it took 5 feet of movement to stand up again, rather than half from prone. So you've used 20, so you should have 15 left.
Yes, I believe so. This thing is still visible, yes?
Correct. It is currently on the ceiling, so if you were to try the 10 feet range of your Danax from the river, you would have disadvantage on the swing because it's on the ceiling.
And if I get a 1, I'm definitely hitting Damian, right?
Yes, or something else. We'll see what I give you as options.
Oh no, Cat's behind me. I'm not... You know what? I'm not going to risk that. I'm just going to go over here to assist these lot if necessary. I'm sorry, guys. It just feels like the better bet at this point until I have the movement to actually get close and not kill one of you.
Okay. Vinny!
I know my roles is all.
Mm-hmm. That's fair. I mean, you could undo it with Reckless, but still.
Yeah, but if I still fuck up then, that's worse.
That's fair. So 5, 10, 15, 20.
Sorry.
Yep.
20?
I heard plague.
Okay. How much line of sight actually is there on the portcullis if the slime is on the roof? And
You would currently be aiming through past Damian to the portcullis, so it would have half cover. Plus, it's a smaller target, so I'd say it would probably also get it'll be disadvantaged to hit it with an arrow or a ranged object that isn't broad.
But if you shoot me in the back, it's fine. I have so much health at the moment.
He hasn't been
Have to be
damaged
poisoned
today,
arrow.
so yeah.
Alright. Move here.
Yeah. Now you should have a better line of sight. Yep. I'd say you'd have a better line of sight without the half cover, but probably still have the disadvantage because it's a thinner target.
I welcome my interest.
It is also a stationary object, so its AC is going to be low, but just noting because of disadvantage.
Yes, that is very true. Okay, I will. Screw it. I'm going to try and fling a dagger
Okay.
at the populous.
I believe the range on that is 20-60, isn't it?
Yeah, so disadvantage,
10,
but
15.
disadvantage.
Oh, disadvantage anyway, that's
Anyway.
fair. So go ahead and make me an attack roll with disadvantage. Okay. Nicely enough, you pull one of the daggers from your belt and flick it forward. As it soars past Damian, almost narrowly so, and over Kay, it travels between some of the now cut off bits of slime that fall to the ground as it strikes the portcullis behind, triggering the portcullis trap. Okay. Trapped entranceway has been reactivated, causing the wall skewers to go off. It is making 2 attack rolls as it is a 2x2 creature. Both of them hit majestically.
Nice.
And it takes a grand total of 10 points of piercing damage and is currently grappled as its speed becomes 0. However, it is a slime, so it cannot be grappled.
You mean
Oh wait,
if
no.
I try hugging
Never
the
mind.
thing?
Never mind, I stand corrected. Cystic mutators can be grappled. That's right.
So
Good,
is
because
it
they're
still on the
they're
ceiling?
slightly more thick, or they're slightly thicker than the others, so they can be grappled. So its speed is 0, so it has lost 5 feet of movement.
Is it still on the ceiling, or
It's still on the ceiling, but it has been skewered by the lower sections of the skewers themselves. Actually, okay, noted. All right. So that's your turn, Vinny. As you hear your dagger
Yeah,
otherwise
I can't
clink off the
really.
back, you hear it activate. Okay, the ooze on its turn, or the cystic mutator on its turn, is going to use its rancid vent ability.
Oh, great.
I would like a constitution saving throw, please, from Damian and Kay, if you please.
Ooh.
Oh wow,
Oof.
that would be a 0, I think.
Did you roll a natural 1?
I rolled a natural 1. I get 4, but I lose 5. So I think that's a 0.
That's a 0, yeah. So 0 on your part, okay. So you take 8 points of poison damage, please, Damian.
Nice. That's just
Okay, what did you get?
I got the 16.
Okay, so you only take 4 points of poison damage. Okay.
And it's not. Oh no, it has changed parts of the hit points, but not the whole
Mhm.
thing.
I
Okay.
am now in single digits.
Okay, that is its turn over. It is now Lloyd's turn. Lloyd is going to use a Toll the Dead on it once again, because he's got nothing better to do. Wisdom save. It fails. Okay. So it takes... I roll the dice on tabletop because it's his damage dice, not mine. 8 points of necrotic damage. See? She's doing great. See, Infernal's doing amazingly this time around. Alright, Kay, it's your turn.
Attack.
Okay, first attack. Again with disadvantage. That hits. And if you would do me the honour of rolling me an additional d8, because you are hitting it with a slashing, bludgeoning, or piercing while it is skewered. One. Perfect. Okay, so you do 4 plus 4 is 8, plus 1 is 9, plus another 1 is 10. So you do 10 points of damage to it, correct?
Yeah.
Yep. Alright.
4, 4, 8, 10. Yeah.
Yep.
And attack again.
Yep, swinging with your claw, you otherwise grab a portion of it and you tear it away. As you do, the skewers otherwise tear through small portions of it again, and you suddenly realise that you can use this to your advantage. Go ahead and make me a second attack roll, again adding the d8, as all of your attacks will be doing in the additional d8 damage because it is skewered.
Yes. Okay. I
it's-
need.
Disadvantage. It's the 7.
Oh yeah, it's disadvantage. The
Four,
one time I get a natural 20 on an attack roll.
and it's 4 points of damage because it's your bonus action as well. Alright, taking the second swing. You do a little bit more damage, but you know that this thing's still difficult, where it is still kind of partially grappled in place by these skewers. It's still... There could be more done to it. Might need a bigger hit.
I need
Okay.
a bigger weapon.
So that's your action and your bonus action, correct? Just use any of your movement?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm fine.
End
But a
of
bigger
that...
carrot would be a bigger weapon.
Could. Damian, it is your go.
Okay, well, I guess I'm bashing it on the head.
Go ahead and make me an attack roll then, please.
Not that the cystic mutator probably has a head, but you know.
That's fine. And go ahead and roll me an additional d8 because it is skewered.
Oh my god.
Ooh, 15 plus 3, correct?
Yep.
So 18 points of damage. Okay, it is looking very rough. Taking a nice hefty swing with your mace in combo with Kay's double strike that he made against it. You swing up with the mace, and as you do, you watch as a portion of it warbles violently, and the skewers otherwise tear through a portion of it. As you watch as some of the metal on the exterior of the skewers begins to melt in the presence of this being inside this thing for so long. Okay.
Is it still that size?
Cystic mutators do not shrink.
Ah. Oh,
Okay.
yeah, it's not Lucy.
Alright. Cat, it is your go.
Okay.
You are currently in the black sludge water, which is very difficult terrain. So you are currently walking around in treacle,
Excellent. I am.
and you can see
Now
the
that I'm no
ooze.
longer having to worry about range, I am going to.
Spend 20 feet of your movement to get out of the water.
That's fine. I have like another 20 yet, but I don't
Okay.
plan to move in. And I'm going to. Yeah, I'm just gonna create my unicorn horn, and I'm gonna cast Homing Blade.
That does
And
piercing, correct?
It does.
So that will trigger the additional d8. So you'll do an additional d8 in addition to your d4 here.
Nice.
Nice! 4 points of damage. Okay.
And that's gonna end my turn.
Okay. Stepping out of the otherwise treacle sludge, you pull up with your hooves, which are now caked in this black ichor that's now dripping off of the edge of your hooves. It is difficult, and as you try to shake it off, it's going to take a few rounds before it comes off. So your movement speed is halved for the next minute.
Wonderful.
As you fire off a single unicorn horn, it streaks towards it, striking one of the skewers as you watch as the interior of it just bends, snaps off, and floats inside the cystic mutator for a bit, as bits of it are beginning to break free and disassemble the trap around it. You imagine that the trap itself is going to be out of action next turn. Okay. It is now the Plague Knight's turn. Plague Knight, dex saving throw, because it's going to use Sacred Flame. Yeah, that's a fail. It's got a -4 to its save. It's not going to make that save. And that's 7 points of damage. And the Plague Knight gets the killing blow.
Nice.
As you watch as the exterior of the cystic mutator, which was mostly like suctioned onto the ceiling, just begins to fall off in large chunks, kind of dragging down a few of the skewers. You can hear them bending as they fall to the ground, as the flame begins to catch around it, kind of this dark green beginning to burn away, as you watch as what was ever left of the ooze sizzles and fades. It is now dead. Combat is seemingly over.
Alright, back to my spot.
Get out of here.
Yeah, let's just keep moving.
Okay. What would you like your marching orders to be given this? Cat, are you remaining at the back, or are you...
I'm. Yeah. Yeah. I'm
Okay.
kind
Sure,
of.
I'm quite healthy. I can
If
try
you
and
want
shop
to, I'm not going to argue. I'm just.
Sure.
Complacent. I'd rather be with Romulus.
I guess I need to be somewhere near Lloyd in case he gets
Keep on running.
Yeah.
Keep on running.
The only
Okay.
duo, not with their duo.
Wait, I can't sing the rest of that for copyright reasons.
Probably. Okay. With that...
Any and all music used in this episode is purely for parody reasons. Therefore, it's covered
Parody
under
reasons.
reasonable free use laws, or something like that.
Okay.
If we all just break into the French national anthem, it's
to-
not because we're French, it's just because you wanted to.
Okay, let's move this back into here. So we're going to need this.
Although we
Maybe.
all know that the Italian
Okay.
national anthem is the best one.
As you continue on your merry way, down the storm siphon ways, you continue to wander through the passageways, these slick walls, slightly dripping, keeping watch and looking ahead. I would like Kay to go ahead and make me a perception check, and I would like somebody else to go ahead and make me a survival check, just to gauge your rough location and where you are headed, depending on what exit you're looking to go to.
Survival, you say?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Might I assist?
You may.
Who would like to take the survival? Oh, you're taking the survival check? Okay.
If that is all right.
That should be fine. Oh, that was a 4.
Yeah, no, I didn't
That's
mean to hit
an
it.
18 plus 3.
Okay. You are very much aware of where you are and the different exits you can take. You know that there are 3 that you can possibly take. There's the one that is a slope leading up through the now burnt down distillery. There's the loose sewer grate that's not too far from your current location, and then there is the destroyed sewer grate, which is further away than that if you're intending to leave. Otherwise, you are still potentially going into unknown territory. Kay,
Damian,
what is your
yes, please.
total?
8.
8. Even with that, you are ahead, keeping watch and keeping ear, most notably. As you are travelling forward, you begin to hear the sounds of scurried feet
Oh, cool.
up ahead, as you then begin to hear the sounds of tearing. A similar sound to what you heard beforehand, or was described to you by Vinny.
Hmm. So, basically, they're rats fighting slime.
Yeah, but given the light situation that you currently have, you are only hearing it from this distance. You don't know how far away it is, as you do not know exactly where the crossroads is. Despite having dark vision, you're unable to see the current events that are transpiring.
Well, if I can't see it yet, it might not be at the crossroads that we need to get to, so... Guess we keep going until I see something or it gets really loud towards, like, right there.
Okay.
So Kay's just heard some fighting on going ahead and just not bothered to tell the party.
Nope.
I mean,
I know I don't have the super senses, but with a 21,
That's survival.
Yeah.
You know
Alright.
where you're going.
You just don't know what's there when you get there.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm
Oh, is
trying
there
my
anything
best
coming up
here.
behind us, by the way?
Yes, go ahead and make me a perception check.
That's yes to the possibility, right?
Of the perception check.
Wouldn't you hope so?
Perception, that is +3, so 11.
There's nothing behind you, Vinny.
there's nothing in front of
There's
you either.
nothing behind you.
You're
Nothing
alone.
at all.
Everything's fine, Vinny. Don't you feel tired, Vinny? Don't you want to have a sit down?
Hmm.
Wouldn't that make everything better? Close your eyes, Vinny. It will be all right.
By the
Okay,
way,
let's wait for a minute then.
Go fuck.
the
Hold up, I
one
stubbed my
thing
toe.
Okay, you hold your advance.
Not supposed to agree with me, Simon.
Kay doesn't know where fucking Kay is going.
Yep, Kay keeps going. Okay, the rest of you, I'd say Cat, you notice that Vinny stops. The rest of you would probably say move forward a little bit before noticing the rest of the chain is beginning to break up.
Hey. I mean, I'm right behind Romulus, so I'll grab his tail.
Hold on,
Rom-
sorry, no, let's keep moving.
Mm.
But just keep an eye out for me.
Okay.
Right.
Oh, I didn't know
As
I had
we are
that
going,
function.
I'm going to activate my ring.
Pulls
Okay.
again. There's a snake in my boot.
So, as you're going, you activate your ring.
Right. Sorry about that. You should be able to understand me now.
Okay.
Yeah.
What?
We
What?
could, we could understand you before, right?
You will notice that Vinny is now walking backwards as
Okay.
he's following you.
Okay, you
staring
hear
at him behind.
you hear a muttered. Is he talking to me?
What the fuck is going on here?
Okay, you take a step backwards.
Oh, what?
Wait, wouldn't a step backwards be into? I'm confused now.
I'm
I thought he
trying to
was
travel
walking
with the party,
backwards.
but I'm walking backwards.
Oh,
So
you're
he took a step
walking back. Okay,
backwards.
you're
I'm staying with
walking
the party, but I'm
Okay.
trying to the best of my ability to look out over who we're looking
Okay, so you look back. Okay, you see as the white rat pauses for a moment, almost as if surprised, before you hear a
at.
muttered,
It's all right.
"Are you talking to me?"
Yes, I am. I don't Sorry, I don't wish to take up too much of your time. Only, you seem to actually know what's going on down here.
This is unexpected. I'm just trying to get to safety. If you could lead the way, I'll just follow you out and leave you on your merry way. I just want to get to the surface. Things have taken a turn for the worse down here. I won't
Oh,
ask
well,
any
I'm-
questions, and I won't get in your way.
Well, I'm more than happy to help you get out, although any information you could give us would certainly be helpful. We've kind of fallen in the deep end here.
I don't know where you've been, but there's a hidden pathway when you take from this next junction if you go left. There's a hidden pathway along the wall, and or along the side of the wall there's a hidden doorway. It'll lead you into a lower area. Last time I checked there was still an ooze in there. But if you can defeat that, then you can easily unlock the door and get out from the lower area into one of the the burned down building above.
Oh yes, yeah, we cleared that out. I think that's the way we're going if you want to join us.
Ah, that'll be good. Yes, I just want to get out of here.
Are the rest of us hearing like?
You're hearing
words?
Vinny talk to himself, but you don't hear anything else.
Wait, is he speaking in language we understand? He's not just
Yeah.
squeaking.
No, he's speaking in
Oh,
common.
okay. So it's like a translated thing.
Okay.
Yeah, it makes me understandable. It doesn't change what I'm saying.
Right.
Oh,
No.
okay. I understand. Okay.
I
So
think
so
we need
basically,
to
you're
make
just using a
sure-
universal translator.
Yes, I think Vinny may have tried some of the mushrooms. Don't worry, cat. It's fine. Just keep walking. He appears docile. If he starts to seem weirder, just shuffle around in front of me. I'll deal with it.
Oh, I want to know what he's trying to help get out of here
Well,
safely.
Again, I think he's.
Oh,
just,
it's our old friend.
We have no friends except for.
Vinny, we've already told you. Don't eat the mushrooms. I thought that was only a K thing. I'm sorry. I should have realized it was a both of you situation.
Look, you
I
don't even know I
understand
ate
that,
the
but no,
mushroom.
it's the rat. He wants to join us.
What, the
What's a-
white rat?
The white rat.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, there's a lot of rats down here.
I take it you must have seen me from before then?
Romulus has quite sharp eyes.
Understood.
Damian
Okay.
is sort of just about barely hearing the conversation. And
Wait,
you get
wait, wait,
hype
wait.
of, I
I've heard him mention the white rat, right?
Yeah.
Can I look back?
Yeah, go ahead and make me a perception check with disadvantage, please.
Even if it's been-
Even though you have dark vision, he's travelling a fair distance back. Oh no, you
Oh,
don't
I
have
don't have
dark
dark
vision, and he's travelling
Yeah.
a fair distance back. Sorry.
Yeah, that's fair.
You've just heard a Damian saying, I saw it.
Nah.
Ah! Napping.
Now you look back, you just see where the light ends and goes on into darkness. You don't see anything moving there.
Vinny's definitely been smoking some of the savage cabbage. The magic mushroom,
Okay,
I've got nothing else now.
I would say Damian. I'd say all the rest of you, except for Cat at this point, because Cat's got naff perception. The rest of you begin to hear the sound of tearing and squeaking.
Ah, wonderful.
But it
So
is
now
getting
we've got a-
quieter, and since you've been walking, Kay, and you've heard it, it's getting weaker and weaker.
Ooh.
So it might be over by the time we get there. We might still be alright. They might be able to hear it now. I'm still saying nothing.
Yeah. Ahead of the party, I'll say that you can see up to the crossroads, and you can see what look to be 2 corpse oozes currently in the process of otherwise scooping up large amounts of rats and just consuming them in large bundles before you watch as one of the slimes splits into 2 as it has reached beyond its maximum hit points.
I'm
Damian
going to
says,
stop.
Ah.
Since I can see it.
Damian says, Vinny, the white rat might be a bit unhappy in a second. We have company.
You don't know?
No, you don't know. It's only
Oh, I
Kay
don't.
that sees this. No, you don't have dog vision.
Oh no, I thought we heard stuff.
You could hear the squeaking and the fighting, yeah. Whereas Kay can see it at this point.
I still would have
distance.
Would I still not have? Oh no, I guess not, because Vinny was the one who actually heard it previously.
Mhm.
So I probably got no experience of what the sound is. I just there's some sound ahead. That's probably all I hear.
Yeah, you can hear
Right.
you can hear the fighting ahead as the rest of you can.
Oh, so I'd probably still say the same thing. I just wouldn't know what the hell's ahead.
No, you can just hear fighting.
Yeah, so I'd say that what I just said then.
Yeah, we got there in the end.
I don't understand the detour we just took, but yeah, sure.
Basically, I'm just gonna sit here and wait and see if they move on or not.
Okay.
Have
Okay.
we stopped? Or are we still like bumbling into Kay?
I stopped.
So the rest of you catch up to Kay at this point. You're keeping an eye out. You're waiting patiently.
Who are you talking to that rat?
I told you I have a ring. I will hold up the ring again.
It's shiny.
Spell of some degree.
And then looking back over my shoulder. By the way, it sounds like there's some fighting up ahead. You might want to stay close.
I'll keep my distance. Those things are not a fan of me even before everything was going on.
What'd he say?
So did the rat overlord hate him?
You don't understand that, Kay. You can't speak rat despite being rat. Don't try to jib me.
Weirdly enough, the one that's a rat can't speak rat.
rat,
The one
exactly.
that's not a rat,
Dang, I tried.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
tried to trick the DM.
That is strange. What?
I mean, you almost definitely.
What's so different about you?
I'd rather not bring that up.
Fair enough. Only it seems like you're quite different from the other rats.
That is accurate.
Smarter.
I never did fit amongst their kind. I've been able to hang with them for a bit, but not long. It's more of a hiding spot should I need it.
Fair enough. Well, all the same, the other rats seemed pretty violent. Maybe they thought we were invading their home.
It's going to turn out
anyway,
like
you
this is
seem-
one plague rat.
From what I understand, whatever you killed back in that place was controlling most of them. And the oozes and the rats had previously had a truce the past few days. Well, past few weeks, perhaps.
How long have the oozes been here?
Maybe 2-3 weeks there. That one came back. started killing the elves that were in that place.
And that adds up. Do you know where it appeared?
Where what appeared?
The first ooze.
I believe it just crawled down with the rat that was... It was made of jelly or something.
The big rat.
Ye-
I can't understand.
No,
that.
you can't understand it,
Yeah,
no.
was that
Yeah, just
giant
ignore me.
rat? Because if so, we killed him as well. Or at least I think we did.
Wait, you
Wait,
killed...
did you say the rat was made of jelly?
Yes. The rat was made of
Oh.
jelly and it was leaking this kind of dark green ichor. But after maybe a day or so, those corpse oozes things start crawling out of the place. And the swarms of rats were working in conjunction with them, feeding themselves to the oozes to produce more, but still being allowed to return home and gather more rats. It was about a week and a half ago that I think they started attacking the surface in coordinated bunches. The rats would distract, usually infesting a location and stripping it of food before bringing it down, and then the corpse oozes would go up and nestle in, waiting to be either discovered or attack again, I guess.
Interesting.
Many
But they can't do that now, thanks to the big one going down?
Now that the rat thing was controlling both, I think whatever truce or effect they had on one another has ceased, and now they're fighting, which means now the users will be less coordinated, I hope, which means they might just attack anything they come across. While this is going on, Kay, you're kind of keeping an eye on what's going ahead. Go ahead and roll me a stealth check, please.
Yes. Stealth check. Rerolling.
Using inspiration. There you go. That's what inspiration's for. Turning a 1 to a 20. That is the most efficient use of an inspiration right there. So, as you're kind of keeping an eye, you watch as one of the oozes turns to you, and you take like just a stealthy step back before you watch as it turns further, and you watch as it just begins to move in a particular direction, with the other two following it. Before you watch as it
Can I tell which
stops.
direction?
From the direction that they are heading, it looks like they are heading to the right.
Okay.
You watch as it is moving, you watch as it stops, and you watch as the other two cling onto it into a ball-like shape, and it begins to roll, moving at a faster pace down the tunnel before it moves out of range.
Ooze has engaged Droidica mode.
All right, we gotta move. From what I saw, we don't want to stick around too much longer. Let's go. Let's go.
Sounds good to me.
Okay. You move
I
up to
whisper
the...
yell across 20 feet.
I'm going back to my...
Okay, move
Forward
back to your
stop.
scout position. You move forward, being careful, I imagine. Go ahead and make me another perception check there, please, Kay. And I would like everybody else to roll me a stealth check. And Vinny, if you wish to carry on your conversation, you're welcome to do so.
Okay.
That is a...
That's a
oof.
better perception.
That's a 4 from Lloyd. Disadvantage, Damian, you are wearing heavy armor.
Disadvantage.
Oh, splendid.
I'm so used to rolling with disadvantage.
Now you don't
I-
have to.
Same.
Doesn't matter.
Oh.
It's a
Oh,
6.
Damian
I
did
do actually-
decently.
Yeah, I don't know what my stealth is though.
-2,
Yeah,
I
but
think.
it's still a 9.
Yeah, better than Romulus.
It could have been worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're currently being offset by Kay's natural 20 from earlier. So there's natural 20 from Kay, total of 4 from Lloyd, 9 from Damian. Romulus?
I have a 6.
Vinny?
18.
And
Walking
Cat?
backwards, stealthy.
19.
Walking to a rat.
19, and the Plague Knight got a total of 11. So overall, not bad. It could be a lot worse, but you've got some good rolls in there, as Kay is otherwise leading the way. Kay, you're otherwise keeping an eye out for what's going on.
I
And
got a 15, by the way.
15 on your perception, yeah. Easy enough. You notice some of the things which may cause noise. Seeing some of the old shards of glass, the bits of metal from the otherwise pulled off sconces and lantern holders. As you begin to kind of sweep them aside gently as you're moving up, being careful not to make too much noise, you scout and reach the crossroads. You don't see anything in the nearby vicinity, but you do feel a slight pool of something on the floor around you as you look down and see small scraps of fur and blood as the light begins to illuminate the colouring of it in this vicinity, as you otherwise look down and see it. You kind of lift your feet up slightly as it is slightly sticky, but not difficultly so, just kind of slightly stringing off the bottom of your feet, or of your new shoes, I should say. As you then look along each of the corridors, you note that ahead of you in the direction... Oh, I'll get the map for this. This is what it's for. Okay. In the... Where you are currently in the equivalent of, I'll say here, you can see the ahead direction seems to be otherwise untampered with this entire lower section being coated in blood. And you can see that there seems to be a thick stream running in this direction where it has recently been disturbed of that black treacle, like liquid. The entirety of all the waterways has gone black and thick, notably.
I am going to take one more step forward and just to make sure that this way is clear.
It looks like it is, yeah.
Alright, I am going to move here and just direct people down the way.
Okay. And you begin to direct them down that way. Vinny, were you having any further conversation with the white rat?
Yes, so apologies for another personal question, but how long have you been down here? Your whole life?
I'd probably say the past couple years or so. Not been down here specifically, I've been to and from a bit. I have gone to the surface every now and then just to pick up a few things, meet with family.
That's fair. Were you born in this city, or...?
No, I came
you
from
moved here
further
from
afield.
outside? Okay. And everything's been normal down here until a few weeks ago. Stranger appeared.
Pretty much, yes. Things were going well and they've been disturbed as of recently.
Right. And that was the jelly rat you encountered?
Yes. Messed a few things up and made it difficult.
Right, well, hopefully things should improve somewhat after that.
If it's of use to you, let's say in exchange for letting me go and letting me be free once we get to the surface, I can give you information about what's been spreading through the city.
Oh, that would be very helpful. That's what we were down here for, actually.
Yes, I overheard you when you were wandering around originally about your discussions. I'm sorry, I have been hanging around a bit. You seemed interesting, and new folk are interesting and intriguing.
Yeah, we hear the word interesting a lot.
Yeah, that's understatement.
Well, it's been nothing but elves down here for the past few years, so it's just been...
Elves. As far as the eye can see.
Making drugs.
Have they been down here the whole time you've been here?
Yes.
Right.
Been a real elven sausage party, if you catch my drift.
That's actually part of the reason why I moved down here.
Oh?
Easier access, more food. It's good for me and family.
see.
Good for me and family.
Will your family be okay? Or
I
with
hope
the
so.
Fighting, I mean.
They should be fine. They're on the surface, so they should be okay.
Ah, that'll be okay then.
We were outside of the influence of whatever that thing was. It didn't seem to have much interest in us for some reason.
And what about the plague? That doesn't affect you, does it?
No. Well, kind of. It does, but we've so far managed to avoid it quite nicely.
Okay.
After I'm finished with my business here and I've escaped, which will hopefully be soon, I'll be able to take my family and move on, away from this place.
Probably wise, to be honest.
Yes. There are some hills nearby we can hide in for a bit. A few of the
Yeah,
old
that might be
burrows there.
smarter. Get out of the city.
Hmm.
One more question. You don't happen to know anything about this water, do you? Only I'm pretty sure it's not supposed to be like this.
I don't know. It started going foul and green since that other one showed up. Until then it was just rainwater. And then these strange plants started growing here as it got worse and worse. A lot of the rats started turning and going mad when that started happening. After that, I don't know. It's turned black maybe a few minutes ago. Shortly after all the rats fled the compound where you were.
Yeah, that was when we killed the big boss. With any luck, all this goo will wash away and it'll go back to normal, but
With enough water, hopefully.
who knows?
But there aren't going to be many rats down here for long if the oozes take hold. Although, it does look thick, so it might settle eventually. Just hopefully it's not poisonous.
Well, this sort of thing isn't really my area of expertise. I leave that to other people. I like talking to people more, really. So I'm glad I ran into you.
It's been interesting. Can't say it's been a while since I've spoken to someone who isn't, well, like me.
You're not the first rat I've ever spoken to, but I can't say there've been many.
You probably won't be the last. We're all over the place. Some of us are friendly.
True enough, true enough.
Look of horror on Cat's face. That's not the first rat. How many rats does this guy know?
One of them's right there. So as you're going past, Kay, are you going back to the front of the pack, or are you going to be joining Vinny at the back?
I'm gonna join Vinny at the back.
Okay. I'll say just like that. Do you wish to interfere at all with what Vinny's doing, or are you?
I guess that the conversation would have been happening while we were walking. I did want to have a point where like I would overhear him talking to him and kind of like be back here so that Cat can't see me. And I probably won't be able to see him, but kind of like turn around and take off my mask for a short time and then put it back on.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Perception. $18.
Okay. You look back, and you can indeed see a white rat currently following you. It is slowly travelling against the edge of the wall, kind of keeping itself almost as small as it can be, but it is moving at a steady pace, keeping with you guys.
Is it taller than me?
The rat?
Yes, I need to know. Is this thing taller than me?
It's a rat. It's literally like maybe 2 inches tall.
It's just a small rat?
It's just a small fat rat, yeah.
Okay, I thought it was... From what people had been talking about, it seemed like this was like a rat person.
No, it's just a small rat. You look back and you're very confused as you just see a small rat, maybe slightly plump, following behind.
I'm just like, what?
I assume he's with you?
Okay, yes, yeah, he's my good friend.
Oh, he did it stray.
Just make... Okay, I've heard of ones like him. Please don't let him eat me.
It's alright. Kay, don't eat him.
What? I'm just gonna...
Just passing on a request.
I'm just
Actually...
literally gonna turn around and be like, what is going on?
Actually, apologies, I've been quite rude and haven't asked. What's your name?
There's a pause.
Ratto.
I'd rather not say.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Is it
Is
snowflake?
there anything you'd like me to call you?
It pauses for a moment.
Ratto.
Call me C. The letter.
Ah.
You know what? I'm gonna eat this rat.
Don't you dare.
Okay. Soon enough, you reach the otherwise invisible doorway. You head back through. You continue on your way. Is there anything else you'd like to do during that time?
I didn't keep going for me. Not really.
Hold on, I need to be
Actually-
right back really quick. As quick as possible.
Actually, I will do one thing before we get out, and I have to put my mask back on.
Okay.
I want to. I don't know how this whole thing works with all my stuff, and I knew that I got abilities for eating thingy. I am going to try and eating one of the drumsticks and see if anything happens.
The drumsticks?
Yeah.
Are you making it into
said
a
was
sandwich for
dragon thing.
analysis, or are you just eating it?
I'm just gonna eat it to see if anything happens.
Okay.
I don't know.
You bite into it. It's nice. It tastes good. Doesn't seem to give you any effect.
Alright, the second one will have to wait for analysis at a later point in time.
Mm.
I need more ingredients.
Yep.
Actually, speaking of which,
I'm just
do I
gonna say,
find any
while
unknown
Simon
mixes?
is be right back, do you want to take a quick break there, given it's about halfway through our session?
Yeah, could do. Could get
Okay. Alright, go grab drinks. Quick loo break, and we'll be back in about, what?
I
2
will
minutes?
be designing my rat bonnet.
Ah, excellent. Alright, back in 2 minutes.
Today
more-
on
I need more
Dwarven
mushrooms.
Erotica, welcome
Oh
to
god.
the Black Lagoon. The eerie waters of the lagoon were deeply seductive. They rippled and jiggled like only a liquid could. As you wander through the darkness, you find yourself thinking, why am I at a lagoon in the middle of the night? And then you remember, it was all a dream. Thank you, that's the end of the story. Because I can't be fucked to describe someone fucking the monster from the Black Lagoon.
Sorry, I'm back.
I am not Guillermo del Toro.
Good to
Welcome
know.
back. Just welcome back.
Again, The Shape of Water should be renamed to Grinding Nemo. That's the little groan of pain. That's why we do this, people.
Nobody killed C while I was away, did they?
No.
No. Not yet.
If we were not killing C.
White rat on it.
He hasn't committed a crime. He's just walking. Or C.
I'm back.
Welcome back. I need more mushrooms. Give me mushrooms.
You wanted to pick more mushrooms on your way?
I need a replacement for the mushroom that I ate.
Roll me a survival or nature check of your choice. Who are we missing? We're missing you, Jamie. Harlan, you here?
I am here.
Okay. I see we got Simon back as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's
Cool.
go
So
with
just waiting for you,
nature.
Jamie.
As I wandered into
Nature.
cave,
nature.
I found myself thinking
That's a
the
21.
moist depths would be most
Hello?
seductive.
Welcome back, new Jamie. Also, stop reading from your...
Oh, the stalagmites and
Dwarves.
stalactites are.
Harlan, we're all here.
Damn it! I missed,
So,
I missed the dwarf pawn again. Oh man.
so
You did indeed.
as you're looking around, Kay, You do indeed see another one of those kind of the darker black, almost wrinkled brain-like fungus. And you can see where you can like snap off small bits, or you can try and take the whole thing. It's your choice.
I want the whole thing.
Okay. Add hagbrain fungus to your bag. It weighs 2 pounds for the whole thing. As you otherwise uproot it, tearing it up, you kind of snap off bits of the roots just to kind of make it easier to carry. Just shake it off a bit and put it in your sack.
Which one was that again? It was
I
the
have
rippling
designed
coral
the.
mushroom?
Yes.
I have designed the hat I intend to turn this rat into, should it wrong us.
Okay. Called Hagsbrain.
It's called.
Oh.
Oh no. Why would you do that? So, as you
Fashionable and functionable.
So as you're traveling along, you pick that up. You head into the secret way. Before behind you, Vinny, you otherwise hear. As you go in, take an immediate left. There's another hidden doorway. Should have a small safe house in if you wanted to. If there's anything of use in there for you.
Oh, is that the one where the beds were?
It's got a bed. This is the... So immediately after you leave the sewer going into the long tunnel that leads back.
There's
An
another
immediate
spot.
left.
Yeah.
Okay, everyone, I think there's a secret path we may have missed.
I hear secret path. Can I see it?
Go ahead and roll me, I'll say, a perception check with disadvantage. As you are currently standing. I'd say it'll be close to the other one. Eight,
That is
or
a 10.
10. You look around, you can see the sparkles from the previous door. And you get the vague sense that you can see more sparkles than you should be able to. It's very subtle.
I see.
As Vinny, you kind of step in. Is there anything you'd like to do? You just step inside the entrance leading off of the sewer.
Yeah. Is it entrance leading off the sewer? Okay, I will said immediate left?
Yeah.
Okay, I will reach out there then.
Okay. Reaching out to the left, you kind of run your hand along the wall for a moment. About maybe a foot in, your hand sinks into the wall for a moment before hitting another wall for maybe about a 2 foot wide gap. Something that Romulus and Cat definitely can't fit through, but something that that the more slender members of your party can. So I'd probably say you, Kay, maybe Lloyd with a push.
I've got too much armor.
Damian's got wearing too much armor, as is the Plague Knight, yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Oh, might be a
The
flash.
elves used to use this as a safe house when they were transporting stuff. They use this as a drop-off point, an ambush point.
Of course, have we actually heard any of this, or are we just wandering off
Nope,
ahead?
you're just wandering off as Vinny kind of disappears for the moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see hand go through. Want
Okay.
me to see?
Yes,
I'm
I'll get the
listening to
others.
their conversation, so I would have noticed he stopped.
Yeah, you would have known them stop, so I'd say probably about here would be where you'd be at. As you look back and you see Vinny's hand just disappeared into the wall before you see Cade dive through it. Okay. On the
1 second, Will. We're just gonna explore this real quick, and then we can get back to leaving.
on the other side of this cage, you otherwise step in. You see what looks to be a single rickety bed. What looks to be the regular kind of dirt floor here where it's been excavated. You can see a shelf that's otherwise embedded into the wall where it's been carved out with kind of stone shelves. You can see a number of like small token icons made out of wood that have been like hand carved. You can see what looks to be a small dresser off to one corner and a chest as well that seems to be doesn't seem to have a lock on it, but you see it does have a keyhole.
It has a keyhole, but no lock.
No physical like padlock on the outside.
Okay. Well, I guess first thing I should start with is the chest, since I can open it.
Okay. You go over, you kind of lift the chest. It seems to be locked by something, as you can
I
see.
can unlock it. My
Okay.
tail.
Okay, go ahead and make me a thieves' tool check, please.
Yep.
Using your tail as the key.
Don't... No, I never put that in still.
What were the? Oh yeah, that's right. We need to put in the proficiency with thieves' tools in there.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's just your dex plus proficiency.
Dex plus proficiency, that would be the plus 6 then?
Yep, so that should be 17. Okay, easily enough. Wiggling your tail in there, using it as best you can. You otherwise lift up, you hear a ping, and the lid of the chest otherwise opens. You can see inside this particular chest what looks to be stacks of paper to one side, an ink bottle in the back portion of this, and a folded shirt in the lower right of this particular chest.
A folded shirt. I'm gonna investigate this shirt.
Okay. You take the
Let me
shirt,
look at this shirt.
you unfurl it, and as you do, you kind of watch as small bits of dust kind of poof off of the outside of it, like small particles. And you note that the shirt is sparkling. It's shiny.
Ooh. Sparkle, sparkle. Okay, well... I can't take the whole test with me, so I'll just stick the shirt and papers and ink bottle in a safe spot in my bag that doesn't have food.
Okay.
Where's that exactly?
Somewhere.
Well, you know,
There's a safe spot
there's a
somewhere.
nice divider between the two of them, which is just like a stack of paper that he's now acquired, and then there's ink and shirt on one side, then there's food on the other.
Yep.
Perfect. Paper is the perfect divider here. So you otherwise stash that all in your bag. You look around. You can see the bed. You can see the wardrobe. Vinny, is there anything you're doing at this point? You can hear Kay otherwise ruffling around inside.
I'm gonna poke my head in real quick.
Okay.
You got anything?
Shiny shirt. Paper, ink.
Ooh, Cattle, thank you for the ink. Anything interesting on the paper, or just blank?
I didn't see. I just
Blank
grabbed
paper.
it. Blank.
Blank paper.
Blankety blank.
Yep. Anything else you'd like to do, Kay?
It had heavy Rogan on it.
You said there's a wardrobe and what else?
There's a wardrobe. There's just a bed and a wardrobe, and then there's a shelf with like tiny carved wooden figurines on it.
I'm gonna take the figurines just so I can have something to keep.
Okay.
Because why not?
Okay.
And I'm gonna investigate the wardrobe.
Note down, if you're taking all the figurines, note down 16 wooden figurines.
Yep.
Okay.
Wooden.
I'll say, Vinny, go ahead and roll me an intelligence check. Just on on the figurines, what Kay is picking up, because you may recognize them.
Unlikely. That's a 2.
Nah. It's been a while. You don't recognize the figurines. They don't seem to come up in memory of a game at all that you've played, so they seem to be fairly unique. And you're going to check the wardrobe?
Yeah, just to make sure not leaving anything behind.
Okay. You open up the wardrobe, you can see that there's a few clothes hanging in there, just kind of what look to be capes, boots, otherwise empty lanterns that are currently placed along the bottom of the wardrobe. But you can see otherwise just cloaks and boots.
I'm going to touch all of them just to make sure that none of them are shiny.
Okay. Otherwise, kind of placing your hand on each of them. None of them seem to be magical. The boots seem to have been cleaned. Cleaned recently would be lying. Cleaned before they were left here, it would seem. Same with the cloaks.
I'm changing my boots.
Okay.
My boots are dirty again.
Okay.
I need new
These
ones.
boots are rather big for you.
Oh, back in just a moment.
But
The other ones were big for me anyways.
That's true. These ones are probably a better fit because they're for an elf. Actually, no, as were the ones before. So no, this is probably just a nice change out, so nothing big. Okay.
And I'll take an extra cloak just in case.
Okay. You take one of the cloaks, you flourish it over your shoulder. Okay. Anything you'd like to do,
Yeah.
Vinny, or?
One look snazzy. Wait, Kay doesn't know that word.
Right. I'm gonna shuffle inside very quickly and just take another quick look around, see if there's anything we missed, like under the mattress or.
Yeah, I am gonna be
Okay.
checking the walls and stuff just to make sure there's no more secret passages in here.
Okay. Go ahead and make me an investigation check, please. And I would say, I was going to say, Vinny, go ahead and roll with advantage here.
Awesome.
As you hear behind you.
Yeah, 19.
Yeah. Okay. And Kay, go ahead and roll for me. Just a flat roll.
Investigation.
Yep. Investigation.
Investigation. What is my investigation again?
So what was yours
That
total,
is
Vinny?
19.
19. And Kay?
15.
15. The two of you otherwise have a look around. Given your last known locations, Vinny, you go over and you kind of lift up the bed. Doesn't seem to be anything in there. You drop it back down. And Kay, as you're over by the wardrobe, you otherwise kind of begin to check the walls beside the wardrobe. Nothing of interest. Before Vinny, you hear a voice from out in the corridor of the white rat saying, I believe there was a hidden section underneath the wardrobe.
Oh, let's have a look.
It contains something I would like if you're okay to part with it.
I'm sure that's probably fine. Let's have a look. I'm going to look at the bottom of the wardrobe.
Big red button that says "Do not
Okay.
press."
You otherwise kind of go down on all fours, kind of belly against the ground, and look under the wardrobe. You kind of use your hand to feel around a bit before you find a small box, almost, that's tucked away on the inside of one of the panels. You just slide it out and pull it free as it kind of falls. You slide it towards you, and inside you can see what looks to be almost this twig of some form that's twisted and gnarled, with several of these large kind of purplish berries hanging along the sprig itself, with cord wrapped around one end.
What is that?
You look at it, it's shiny.
It's shiny, but what is it?
It was one of mine before they took it.
How big is this thing, sorry?
The sprig itself, probably maybe an inch, maybe 2 long. Looks almost like a necklace or pendant of some form. You otherwise hear and turn as you see the white rat kind of a lot closer than previously, maybe taking confidence in this, otherwise standing just inside of the hidden doorway. As it kind of slowly approaches and kind of lifts its snout almost with a grabbing motion of its hands.
Do you know what it does?
Yes. Provides
Does it look
food.
sort of like looks sort of like a necklace. Would you be able to use it?
I know how to.
Is there a universal language for food?
Roll me an intelligence check. I'll say, given how close it is, you're trying to. Oh no, you're not a Morben through and through, so you
back.
wouldn't understand the language. So never mind.
Aww.
You don't understand rat. You wouldn't understand, unfortunately.
Aww.
No.
Dang it! I just wanted to know the universal language for food.
Yeah. You see the rat's otherwise on its hind legs, kind of reaching up with its hands, almost like in a grabbing motion. I can show.
I understand this. At least.
I know he's a rat, so it's going to be difficult, but I can at least understand what he's saying. Can I see if he's being earnest about this?
Make me an insight check. And to what particular part? Oh, well, that's a natural one.
What's it called? Inspiration.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Inspiration.
Alright,
And
here we go.
yep. Roll a 1 into a 1. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Nope.
Oh.
Okay.
Well,
Insight.
Insight. Ooh, +5. That's an 11.
Ooh, nice. What about what particular part of what he said?
So when he said that it's just for finding food, and that it used to belong to him. I've been saying him. I don't know if that's actually correct for this one.
Pronouns for this rat are him.
Okay.
Him, he. You.
It thing.
It rat. Yep. See.
Food.
You otherwise look down and kind of reading the rat as best you can. Surprisingly, you're pretty good at reading rats, given you've been traveling with Kay for quite some time. You begin to kind of read into its expression. It was once it, or once his, and he does know how to use it. But there seems to be almost an underlying not everything's being mentioned. But you're pretty sure it's not a doomsday device.
One secretive ass rat.
One sophisticated rat. He has magical items.
Hmm.
What's going on?
I don't think it's a rat. Something
It
is
is a rat,
telling me
not
that
a rat.
something is telling me that that is not a rat. That is
Yeah, I
something else
wonder-
looking like a rat.
Well, all right then. I don't have a use for it. I will hand it over to C.
Can I see real quick before I hand over?
Oh, while we're,
I just want to
waiting, can I
see-
cast Detect Magic?
Something.
Ritual casting, or
Yeah, I mean, if they're going to be...
this is happening in the
Personal
space of about a minute,
Oh, okay.
so probably not ritual casts. No, it's just taking a little bit
No.
longer because obviously conversation stuff.
Yeah.
E.
But if you want to take a brief look over at Kay, I'm sure that'll be okay. I'm sure C won't mind.
That's fine, so long as I can have it. Don't eat it.
I'm
Don't eat it.
I'll give you a piece.
not gonna eat it. I just want to see something.
Okay. Well, I'll hand it over.
Okay.
I'm just trying to get an understanding of the shininess type thing. So I'm
Okay.
gonna kind of like hold it up and kind of like compare it. Kind of like hold it up in a side by side with Vinny's ring.
Okay.
What's the shiny difference between the two?
It's comparable.
Comparable. Okay, and if I take out the shirt?
Or the shirt has less shininess to it. Actually, no.
Less shiny.
No, never mind. It's comparable.
Comparable. Okay. And what about the doorway?
The doorway is far shinier than these, but the shininess of it seems to be muffled. Is the intent, from what you can understand. There's a subtlety to it, whereas these give off the magic in a blasé fashion, so to say.
Okay. Well. All right. I'm still trying to learn this stuff, so I needed to do such thing. All right. I will hand.
As
I
you
will
are
hand to her.
holding it,
Oh.
you begin to feel a slight tingling from holding it.
Tingling.
Where?
On your
In my fingers.
Only your mind would go there, Damian. Cool it. You're not there at the moment. So.
Hakuna your tartars.
I go to like give to Rat and just I just give to Rat.
You watch as he takes it, otherwise putting it down in front of him, and you watch as with his tiny hands he grabs one of the purple berries and twists and pops it off before handing it back.
I will take.
Okay, you take it, and he makes the gesture for eating it before picking up the sprig and putting it in his mouth and then kind of wandering out of the room. Where do you want to go?
I will eat it.
Okay, you regain 1 hit point, and you have eaten all of your day's necessary food today, as you have been affected by Goodberry.
Yay! Guess what? I'm
It
back
doesn't
with double
matter,
digits.
because you
I'm
can eat
back with
more
double
anyway. Oh, you're back in double digits. Nice.
Right. Well, if that's everything, we shouldn't keep the others waiting any longer.
The rest of you watch as a rat comes out of the hidden doorway, carrying this sprig with purple berries on it, before Vinny and Kay step out from behind it as well, as it rejoins the back of the pack.
Did the Plague Knight notice?
Plague Knight does. He's tired. He doesn't seem to care, though. He's heard what's going on, and he's like, oh, there's a friendly rat? Sure, that's fine. Oh, never mind. Disadvantage roll to 17, so he sees it.
So,
Well, that's ignoring
did
his
you
plus
find
4.
anything
Okay, never mind. He's got
in there?
Oh, shiny shirt, paper, ink, new boots,
Okay. Well,
cloak.
the paper and ink are good. The shiny shirt. Like, is it clean or
Magic.
magic shirt? Okay. Okay. All right. Well, have to give that a look over later. But the paper and ink's going to be useful.
It's all safe. Not with the food.
Okay.
The food is a higher priority.
Yeah. No.
Yes.
Okay. Can I have the paper and ink then? I will keep it safe, as that's a high priority.
Look,
Keeps you alive.
It's safe. It's safe. I promise.
I'm just waiting for this little white bastard to end up killing us all.
He's just staring at all of this transpiring. You hear kind of you hear muffled Vinny. Not sure how long the ring thing lasts.
No, I
But
can
for
use it a
now
few
it should
times.
be fine.
Right. Well, if that's the only other secret route you know, we should head out.
I used to know more. Top building burnt down though.
Right, head off.
But once we
Right, yeah.
outside I tell you what I know.
Can I see
Alright.
this white rat yet?
You
By
can.
the way?
It's currently
Oh,
holding the sprig in its mouth and it's currently staring at Vinny.
Now, this is very important, Chris. Miniature top hat or a rather thin baseball cap?
It hasn't got the volume to be a top hat.
What if it's a
You'd
really
be-
small one?
If it's a really small one, then yes. Otherwise, you'd be looking at one of the, instead of a baseball cap, you'd be looking at one of those ring flat caps with which tennis players wear, which is like the ring around the almost ring halo strap, and then it's got the cap at the front.
Right.
Is it going to make the appropriate grunts as it makes the plays?
Yes, it will make the
Yes.
grunts for you, yes.
And Romulus just going, oh, every time he takes a swing.
Ugh.
And then extra attack's going to be terrible.
Ugh. Now here's the question: who puts on the rat hat? Is it Lloyd or is it Vinny? Damian, you're also in the running, but God, I
I've got
can't.
the helmet on. Yeah.
If you've got a helmet on, then I'm a bit screwed.
Hmm.
Then again,
Anyway.
yeah.
So,
Anyways, I've got it. I can turn it into a tie.
Oh my god!
oh no, you are terrible. So, are you?
Damien,
So now the real question is: as a party, are you leaving this area and going to the surface? And are you letting the rat escape, or do you have plans to kill it?
Right,
And I'm
I think we
asking
know
this
what
from
Romulus's intentions
I'm
are.
I'm asking this from a serious and personal basis. You may send me a message if you have intent to kill it, or intent to stop it, /harm it, capture it, or any of the other. You may send me a private message if you intend to do it seriously. If you send it to me as a joke, I will take what you're doing as serious. You have until the end of my description.
Can I discuss out of character with Simon quickly?
You can discuss out of character if you wish to.
All right, Simon.
Mm-hmm.
I really want a rat hat.
Oh my god!
Okay, Vinny is going to actively oppose any attempts to kill the rat.
Okay.
It's
Yeah,
his new friend.
Reasonable.
So with Cat,
Oh, Vinny and Cat. Okay. Vinny and Cat are on
Wow,
protect
Cat
the
the
rat.
rat killer here is coming at me with the moral high ground. Okay, Signora Rat Splat.
no. I deny that happened because I don't recall ever doing this. I'm in denial.
You
I'm in
jam!
denial.
You turned it into jam.
I didn't see that as far as I'm concerned. It could have been you flailing your maul around.
Oh, you felt the connection, didn't you? I know you did.
They're fully denying it. And this rat has done nothing to provoke an attack. So I
Oh.
will protect it.
Yeah,
In
right.
a hypothetical situation, Damian would be taking wagers on which would win, Romulus or the rest.
Of my current health, the rest of them. Guarantee it. No. Romulus is not as much fun as I may have with the concept. There's no way I'm going to try and kill a rat that hasn't done anything to us. However, I will put this forward to you. We need to make sure that we keep track of this rat.
We also need the information rather than it saying it's going to give us the information
And then
just run
fucking off. Yeah. So as long as that's what we're wanting here, which is information, and we're wanting some level of, look, we're not going to harm you, but also we don't want you disappearing off because you know stuff, and we need the information you can potentially give us. Maybe.
I mean, I love that we just had a bargaining chip, but because four of the party weren't there, we just gave them a gun. Just gave it.
Hmm. Yeah.
So,
If we all agreed then.
Mhm.
okay, so you walk forward. You otherwise reach the other chamber where you had previously fought the yeah, you otherwise reach where you fought the previous mutator. You can see the corpses in the ooze, otherwise kind of smothered over, where it's always just become like a light liquid on the floor, as you otherwise reach the stairwell here and begin to prepare climbing it. Were you enacting your plan now of asking for the information before you got to the surface, or?
I suppose.
Yeah. Okay, so this should be the way out.
The rat nods.
All right, I guess we're good then. So what was it that you knew?
You watch
Only
as...
because-
You were going to say?
And because things have been really dire on the surface, and we really need to know as much as possible.
Rat nods, puts the sprig down, and otherwise looks up at you. From what I know, the people who got themselves hurt originally, or not hurt, the ones who died originally, they were all children. They were all playing outside the city from what I heard. I went to check to see what was going on a few times, had a look around, just my own curious sake as it was.
Mhm.
And it's strange. There have been rumours going around while I was stealing food from the people outside the city. Borrowing, surviving. And I was otherwise gathering food, and I heard rumours of a young girl who had been visiting various people, and some of the nomadic families had been becoming sick before they were moved inside the city by your friends there, nodding to the Plague Knight.
That's not good. We met one of the kids who got sick originally.
Hmm.
And they mentioned a mystery girl they didn't recognize.
She was wearing kind of looks around the rest of you. Nothing like anything of any of you are wearing. Was longer, flowy. A light blue. She had long brown hair. She looked very pale. Almost the same colour as your friend's fur, as he kind of looks around. Go ahead and roll me a stealth check, Kay. Okay. Sudz?
Sorry, I got distracted by child.
Stealth check, please.
Yep.
As the rat is trying to reference you in conversation, so is now looking around for you. Okay. I need to make a perception on my part. What's your total?
My stealth is 20.
22 on the perception.
Oh my goodness.
As the rat is otherwise trying to reference you in conversation, it looks around and sees you behind it, with your hands kind of ready almost to pounce on it. Go ahead and roll me opposed acrobatics checks.
Acrobatic. Okay.
As you are going to be attempting to grabbing it, and it is going to be attempting to escape. At this point, as it's... Oh, that's a good roll.
No! Oh my god!
In this instance, as the rest of you are watching as Kay kind of sneaks up behind it with the intent to almost grab this rat, you watch as, in this instance, as it's kind of preparing to reference Kay, with Kay kind of looming over it, it panics, grabs the sprig, jumps, leaping from in between his hands, and begins to dash up the stairs. It's going to... actually, no. It's going to just... Yeah, it's just going to dash. So it dashes up and away.
That is not a
I want
rat.
to try and chase it.
Okay, you try to pursue it. Go ahead and roll me a perception check. It will make a stealth check with disadvantage, as it will have to use its bonus action to do so, because it's already used a dash.
Yep.
Okay.
What do you mean that's not a rat?
That's a natural 20.
That's a natural 20. Okay. You see where the rat is headed, as it otherwise dashes between the different bits of debris and off. But you otherwise see roughly where it's going.
Okay. I'm going to bonus action dash and try and follow it.
Okay. You keep pace with it.
Okay, I'm going to call out over my shoulder. Get that information back to the hospice.
What information? I don't talk to rats.
I meant the books.
Oh.
I love that that's the exchange of like, we don't talk to rats. The books.
I meant the books.
Oh. Right. The other bits of information. Okay.
Catching this rat.
But what did the rat say?
Okay. Vinny has run off up the top. I will say, Kay, are you attempting to pursue as well?
Oh yeah, my intention was to catch this rat. I am catching the rat.
Okay. Go ahead and make me a perception check then, please. This will be trying to follow Vinny or the rat.
Most likely Vinny, because he took off first.
Okay.
God, if only I had my fucking sentinel feet.
Okay. Just grab Kay. Well, actually, Kat, in this instance, you said you were trying to protect the rat, and you've just seen Kay do this. Do you wish to do anything to try and stop Kay, given that you and Vinny were attempting to protect the rat?
In fairness, yeah, I do. All right.
I dare you.
Quick question. Can I attempt to stop Cat?
I will say, in this instance, we will have a three-way contesting check, where I will say whatever Cat tries to do to impose or slow down or do something to stop Kay, you may then try to counter with your own reaction to this, to stopping Cat. So, Cat, what are you doing to try and stop or slow down Kay?
Okay, is he out of the thing yet or not? Out of the basement yet?
You've
or not?
seen him just pounce. The rat fled as you watch as Kay kind of did a little bit of like the Looney Tunes running on the spot for a moment before proceeding to try and catch up, slipping on the slightly slick floor, beginning to make his way towards the stairs. You were ahead of him in the pack, so you're probably on the stairs as he's just about to reach you.
Okay, is there any earth around me? Or in the
No, this would be
vicinity?
just
No,
the stairs.
Okay, I am going to bolt and try and hang off of the doors. So I'm going to shut the doors and hang on to them
Okay.
with my weight.
Okay. Romulus, what do you... In this moment, you see as Cat... As this all goes down, you watch as the rat runs past Cat. She panics for a moment, begins to make her way up the stairs as the rat moves past. Vinny kind of screeches past at high speed, just following the rat in kind of an interrogation mode. You being... Where were you in the pack? Were you before or after Cat? You were before Cat. So you see she's trying to go past you as you're now at the top of the stairs. And you can see Kay is beginning to make his way up, also following.
I think my intention is to, where you are using your weight, I am using my strength to mitigate your weight, Cat. I will essentially be working to provide a space for Cat to go, not Kay, for Kay to go through to continue the pursuit.
Okay.
I will, however, yell, "Do not eat the rat."
Okay.
I'm
Wasn't
screaming, run,
going
rat,
to.
run!
I wasn't going to.
Okay.
I'm just making it clear.
In this instance, Kay, I would like an acrobatics check. Cat, I would like you to roll me a strength check with advantage as you are using your weight to try and pin the doors. Romulus, I would like you to make me a flat strength check against Cat's strength check to try and stop her from using her weight against the doors.
Question, is Damien about to potentially get a door slammed on his head as he was at the
No,
front of the
you're
queue?
at the front of the pack.
Are you
So
kidding?
you're okay.
Okay, I think we lose.
Okay, so in this
Nice.
instance, as Kay, you begin to scurry up the stairs. You reach the door. You watch as the door begins to close as Cat is trying to use her body and her weight to kind of stop the door close as she shouts, "Run, rat, run," before Romulus goes and puts his hand to try and stop the door, to which you watch his hand is trapped, and you hear a crunch sound from the other side.
I just want to know, what's the total for that
Oh, no.
14 right there?
What's the-
14 is a
is-
13.
Your
Oh,
total
I
for
still-
acrobatics? Oh, you still beat it with... Okay, in which case, you slip through, kind of slithering
And
through
then I
the
hear
gap,
the crunch.
and then you hear the crunch from behind as Romulus shouts out into the night. Romulus, how many hit points do you have currently? Before I roll this damage?
7.
Okay, you're not gonna go unconscious. That is, however, 6 points of bludgeoning damage. As your hand is trapped, you hear and feel the crunch sound. You're going to have disadvantage on all attack rolls until you take your next long rest, or you are healed in some fashion. Okay, Cat, you see Kay zoom past. You hear the crunch. I'm going to assume you open the trapdoor.
Yeah, so Kay's
Okay.
gone past. Alright, okay.
Kay has zoomed past. Romulus's hand went crunch. As you are now almost mortified of what's happened.
You know
here.
the sound of biting a really good apple?
Oh, that sound.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Okay. So in this instance, I will say Kay, given that you succeeded on the check, you will not be as impeded by speed-wise. So you are just tailing behind Vinny. Vinny, at this moment, the rat is going to dash and attempt to hide in an attempt to get away from you.
Holy shit, this rat has levels in Rogue.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to be trying to keep pace as best as I can.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a
without
perception
losing
check.
track of where he is.
Okay, roll me a perception check. Also, it doesn't have levels in Rogue, just using bonus action to stealth, which is disadvantage on the roll.
Okay.
Just for it, anyway. So what's your total?
That's an 11.
11. You look around as the rat otherwise dives, moving off another bit as you keep pace and you lose sight of it for a moment. You look around the otherwise burning building. You are otherwise unable to see, as you have now moved outside of the light range, the difference between the black and white as clearly. As you do so, you don't see any initial movement as you look around the area here. You have lost it, however, you can guess where it might go. I will let you choose between directions 1, 2, 3, and 4, and I'm going to roll a d4 on my part to see where it goes. I'll say Kay, given you are following Vinny, you watch as he stops for a moment, looks around pausingly as you vaguely catch up. What direction do you wish to choose, Vinny?
3.
1,
Then
3. Okay. And what are you doing here, Kay? You see Vinny stop and then bolt in a particular direction.
I'm just gonna see if I can. I know this little rat is carrying the sprig that was shiny. I'm gonna see if I can see any shiny.
Make me a perception check with disadvantage as you're trying to search for something outside of your viewpoint at this moment, which is otherwise hiding.
Oh, come on!
You look around. There's no sparkliness, no shininess that catches your attention, unfortunately. It seems to have
I just
moved
pick a
outside of
random
your...
direction.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, or 4.
Let's go with 4.
Okay. The two of you bolt in different directions, following those ways. I'd like both of you to roll me perception checks, please, to see if you spot anything.
Perception.
Totals.
19.
9.
You move for a moment. You said 19 there, Kay?
Mm-hmm.
You move out for a moment. You look around. You see something move off in the distance, dart behind one of the houses, probably a good 60, 70 feet away almost, right on the periphery of your dark vision, as it ducks into and behind a house. It's possible that it was the rat, you don't know.
Well, it's possible. I'm going after it.
Okay. You dart, making your way there, using up what movement you have. You can't make it to the house this round. Vinny, I'll say, with your perception check, you see Kay do this, darting off in that particular direction as if he's suddenly changed direction.
Okay, I'm not going to try and chase K. Instead, I'm going to call out C. You should... Look, just come over here. I'll look after you.
Make me a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Can I get rid of the disadvantage by saying I swear I'm not going to eat him?
I'll say no, given the context of what he thinks you were trying to do, which was eat him.
I'm not going to eat him! He gave me a berry. I'm not going to eat somebody that gave me food.
He doesn't do that.
He doesn't know. He doesn't know that, unfortunately. No.
Cat.
It's an 8. Okay. I will say, in this instance, as you see Kay rush off down the alleyway in this next round, what do you do?
Who? Me? Him.
Vinny, sorry. What are you doing, Vinny?
Okay.
Okay, well, I'm gonna crouch down somewhere so that I'd be out of sight of K and see. I don't necessarily know how the roll has gone, so I'm gonna see if C shows up.
Okay.
So if he appears to me, he'll be hidden as well.
Okay. And Kay, as you rush down the alleyway, you look down. Give me a perception check.
Oh, goodness. 8.
You look down the alleyway. You don't see any further movement. You've either lost it or it's out of the alleyway and in the street beyond. You're not sure.
I suck at catching things.
What do you
Well,
want to do?
everybody's gonna come out eventually, so I'm just gonna sit here and wait until everybody comes out, and I'm gonna make me a sandwich.
Everyone's already out of the area. You two are the
everybody's-
last to leave.
Oh, we went back in?
Back
Hold
in where?
I'm confused.
They were at the back of the line, so they went out before we.
Yeah.
had the
So
conversation with the tree.
So for
the-
reference, according
we're
to
all
the
there.
map,
Okay.
you all moved up the stairs, and then they ran out, and you kind of ran off in this direction. Hold on, I need to lock it to do that. And you ran off in this direction, kind of away towards the other buildings. And the rest of your party's just kind of gathered here at the top, while you two ran off and did your thing, as they're currently watching Romulus pull his hand back, which is now kind of in a wonderful Z shape.
I'm just gonna go
I
near.
appear to have been injured.
I'm just gonna go near Vinny and say if he shows up, just let him know I'm not gonna eat him. I wasn't going to eat him. I just want to know what he is. That is not a rat. I know that.
Also, go ahead and roll me a perception check, and Vinny, go ahead and roll stealth, as you did say you were going to try and hide from Kay if he looked back.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
Totals, we both rolled 6.
For stealth, that's a 9.
10.
Oh. You look around and you can see Vinny crouched too in one particular area as he's kind of waiting.
I'm just going near, not to.
Okay.
And then I'm not gonna go all the way with the party, but I am gonna give some distance just in case. I'm not just gonna leave Vinny here by himself.
Okay.
Right, well, once Kay has been here, I'll wait for one more moment to see if I can see, and then stand back up.
Make me a perception check.
Okay, very strange.
Total?
That's another 11.
Looking around in this moment as Kay kind of moves off, you look back where Kay was and you can see otherwise hiding underneath or next to one of the boxes in there, you can see the edges of what looks to be a rat kind of staring in your direction. Before he kind of slowly scuffles over to one of the nearby bits of kind of broken wood nearby and slowly begins to make his way towards you, kind of watching Kay just go off into the distance. Before
Okay,
kind of...
I'm gonna gesture to him to come close.
Okay. He kind of stops a little ways away and puts down his sprig.
Right, I'm sorry about that. I don't know what the hell was going on there.
He was going to eat me.
Kay wouldn't do that.
Maybe. I can only trust you.
Okay, that's fine. Just whatever it is you know, please tell me. A lot of people have died.
The little girl isn't from town. She doesn't smell right. She doesn't smell like sweat and other places, like most people. She smells sweet and strange. She wore a circlet. One of those metal bands on your head. It was...
Right. Were there any symbols on it, or
He puts the...
ornaments?
He otherwise places his hand on the sprig. It's like this. But strange. Gave me a weird feeling.
Okay. And you said she didn't smell like town, but did she at least smell human, or?
Sweet. She smelled sweet. Like
Oh my god, she's
perfume.
made of sugar!
Like perfume.
Maybe not sugar.
Right.
That was all.
The girl we spoke to thought she might have been noble. And that's all you know?
That's all, yes. But many people have said they've seen her. Out in the caravan area.
Okay, that's gonna have to be our next port of call then.
And
Dealt with the users.
I don't want city to burn, so please keep this bit safe. The few
do our best.
individuals who have left were ill when they left. You've mentioned city burning a few times around them. The mask-wearing ones.
They want to stop the disease spreading, by any means necessary. But we'll do what we can to stop them from hurting anyone.
Some people have left potentially ill.
Okay. We'll see what we can do about that.
You are good. And you are?
I'm Vinny. And
Pleasure.
I don't want to pry, but you know a lot.
Yes.
Definitely more than most rats.
Yes.
Who are you, really?
Roll me a persuasion check.
Ugh. Well, it's a 10.
Pauses. No. Maybe another time. I need to sort things out first. Maybe I'll see you when passing through and try to chat again.
Okay. Yeah, I would like that. I'll keep an eye out for you.
But your friend was right.
About what?
I'm not a rat. And scurries off, taking the sprig with him.
Technically, I'm a very evolved type of hamster.
It's a very small capybara.
Yes, of course.
Vivian or Andium?
I'm actually a
I don't know.
I'm
Actually,
actually
a
a
colossal
strange
bacteria.
furred and legged snake.
A colossal bacteria? Oh no, the disease has gotten worse.
I'm not a rat. I'm actually a bundle of cells pretending to be a single organism.
Mm-hmm. So, what would you like to do as you see the rat head off?
Cry.
Alright, I won't intervene with him leaving.
My only friend has left me.
I told the others. If the others are still in view, then I'll follow them. Otherwise, I'll just head to the hospice.
Okay.
Because that's where I told them to go.
Okay. You head to the hospice. Travelling with the remainder of your party, you take a little bit of time walking through the streets. The captain, who's otherwise with you, kind of looks and goes, I'm going to go and speak to the commander. You know where you're going to the hospice?
Yep, we know the route.
Okay. Just make sure that you tell them that I've otherwise sent you there. Just say the captain has said so. Most of them shouldn't interfere unless they don't know who you are, but most of them should at this point.
We do have a source of light between
We're
us. Like,
highly noticeable.
That is the point. I am the one holding the light. Do you have a source of light, or are you lightless?
Okay. Glimmer, and I'll light up my horn.
Okay.
There
The
we
horn
go.
begins to brighten up. Ah, that works. Right. I'll go speak to the commander and let her know what's going on, and prepare more individuals for warding areas. Do you think you'll be going back down there today to deal with any further of that? I know you got an early night, so...
Maybe. Definitely know that they are splitting, because I did see them split. Oh! If you guys do go down there before we do, be careful. They turn into balls and roll.
Yes, I saw that from that one that tried to otherwise roll over Damian.
what?
Yes.
And the bigger ones have a chance of exploding.
Okay,
Oh yeah, the
noted.
much bigger ones.
There are bigger ones than that?
They were the ones connected to that central one by those cords.
Right.
With any luck, they'll have exploded already when those were cut.
I can hope.
Let's keep an eye out. If there's one with that's big, yeah, they have a tendency to explode.
Right. Right, I'll let the commander know and have things sorted. If you're at the hospice, they may call in if you're willing to help with watches, garrisons, patrols, anything like that. If you're going to be getting some medical aid at the hospice before you try anything else, then just let them know.
I'm just gonna hold up my hand and look at him.
The hospice should be able to help bandage that up and at least give you a little bit of sorting. Hopefully give you a little bit of
I'm
time
gonna
to
move
recuperate
my
yourself.
hand sideways and like use my other finger to push the thumb up, so I'm doing a thumbs up.
Okay, that's just sad and probably painful. So head to the hospice, get yourselves patched up. I'm feeling a bit more awake, but yes, and get yourselves cleaned up as well for those of you who stepped in that goop.
Good shout.
You're not sounding too great from this. So the rest of you, head to the hospice and try and get yourselves cleaned up. Get yourselves
Yeah.
washed down, get some healing, maybe get some food in you.
And you get some rest. You need
Oh, I'll try, but I'll most likely be pulling an all-nighter on duty, so
Okay.
right.
Well,
Be safe,
delegation.
and I'll see you later.
Okay, let's go to the hospice.
He otherwise nods,
Indeed.
and you head off in different directions. Heading to the hospice, it is otherwise a peaceful night. There doesn't seem to be any attacks, no nothing. You see maybe a few plague knights otherwise patrolling with their maces alight, wandering around kind of the city, the sections of the city. You can see very little in kind of the... Actually, no, you can see quite nicely with the moonlight and Cat's Horn at the moment, with it being a one full moon tonight. You can still see relatively well about the street as you do travel. You eventually reach the outside of the hospice. The knights otherwise look down at you as one of them kind of walks towards you. You're not supposed to be out at night. Go back to your homes.
Well, I mean, we're coming here
We're
with.
heading to the hospice. We were sent by the captain. We're the lot that went into the sewers. We have information and we need healing. Understood?
Run a persuasion check with advantage. Or use intimidation if you wish, using your strength. It's up to you.
I feel like intimidation would get as much as my intimidation is much better. My persuasion is actually minus. I'm gonna do the intimidation.
Okay.
I
It'll
don't mean it in
be
a threatening way. I just mean it in like a
sternness.
yeah.
Yeah. I'll say you can make persuasion with advantage or a single roll with intimidation with the intent to be stern.
Single roll with intimidation, just because I have. It's such a vast difference between the two.
Yeah, that's fair. Go ahead
'Cause
and
it's
give
like
me a roll.
oh god, it's my proficiency is 2, so it's a plus. Yeah, a +6 currently.
+6 using your strength versus the -1 of...
Yeah,
Yeah.
it just doesn't feel worth it
Nope,
to
that's fair.
fuck around with that.
Good roll
Oh,
as
yeah.
well. Yeah. The Plague Knight looks at you and just goes, right, understood. In you go. Do you need any of the abbots or abbesses? I think the abbot's on duty tonight.
If the abbot's on, then we'll catch the abbot.
Right. Come on in. You're led inside the otherwise large stone hospice. There's very little light otherwise being emitted from the interior. The doors are opened as you are led inside and through and between the various beds. As you travel to the back room, there is a light knocking on the door as the Plague Knight kind of notes that, extinguishing his mace before travelling through. As the door creaks open, you can see a relatively weary, what looks to be the head abbot, looking out. Yes, what seems to be the issue? Ah, I see you've all come back at a fairly early hour of the morning. You can leave us now. Thank you for escorting them. What seems to be the issue?
Does someone else want to explain? I'm kind of in constant agony.
Yeah, you get your... Why don't you get that... Well,
Yes.
yeah. Anyway,
I will locate a healer,
we were,
a medical professional.
Yes.
we were down in the sewers, as I believe you were aware.
Yes, I'll get my medical supplies from the shelf. Please do come in and make yourself at home. Just give yourself a quick wipe off before coming in.
of course.
I can find someone else if you're busy.
No, it's fine. I'll take... No, that's the... I'm not doing that, that's the abbot. I can take care of your... I'll take care of your wounds. Just make sure to wipe yourself off with some towels beforehand, before coming in, of any excess debris. Most of it was stamped off before you came here, but...
Yeah.
Make sure just to keep yourself... Clean yourselves up. And... I'll attend to any wounds that you might have.
All right.
Romulus, I know I messed up your hand. Could you wipe my back legs?
Unfortunately, I literally don't have the hands for it.
Damian just grabs the towel and says, "Do you mind?"
Yeah, okay.
I want you to know the entire time Romulus is glaring at you.
Okay. Okay.
So
But I'm a
Damian-
medical professional.
No.
Oh, you are a medical unprofessional.
I actually am a professional in medical
Oh,
business.
okay,
Thank you very much. I have a doctor's degree. I am called Dr. K for a reason.
Yeah, did you steal it from someone?
Well,
I didn't
probably.
get caught.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, Damian's just gonna quickly wipe
Okay.
the back of.
Yep. Wiping the back legs off. The muck is otherwise removed. Put onto the towels. The towels are binned for washing. Okay. Heading inside of his office, you see the low-lit interior of the lanterns and the crystals that otherwise hang there. Very, very vaguely lighting the interior with a larger one on his desk where you can see there's a few papers that he's been looking through. You can see the room is otherwise quiet with the curtains drawn behind. Please do take a seat. I'll tend to your wounds as is. What is it you wanted to discuss exactly?
Everything that has gone on down there. So... Okay, so where should we start? We found a kind of, finger quotes, hive of slimes down there, and a lot of rats, and the slimes and rats were working in unison because they had one rat overlord who had slime in him. But yeah, it's a bit strange. We've killed the rat overlord, and now the slimes and the rats are fighting, but I think the slimes are winning and the rats are losing, so there are slimes still down there fighting with each other, but the one true overlord is now dead.
The Overlord disappearing is also going to make the slimes less coordinated. Or possibly completely uncoordinated, I don't know. Which means... Well, the attack... There could be an uptick in attacks, but they'll be random, not very organized.
Have you told the Plague Knights of this?
They were there.
Well, one was. A captain was.
The captain was. Has he gone to inform the commander?
Yes.
Yes.
That's my understanding.
Did he say anything about burning the city at all?
Well, I think we stressed enough while he was around us. The last thing we want is the burning of the city. We stressed that pretty well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
As far as I understood, he seemed okay with the idea that with the big Overlord dealt with, there's no need for such methods.
That's good. That's good indeed. That's very good news. Okay, I would like everybody to roll a hit dice for me, please. Or your hit dice for me, please. Or your hit dice size. You are healing that much, plus your Constitution modifier, plus 5, as he is a trained professional healer.
7.
Big money, big money, big money, big money.
1
Okay.
plus 5
So
plus...
Lloyd heals 7 plus 5, so he heals 12.
Ooh.
Well, 4 plus 5 plus 3.
What do you think? It's a hit dice plus con.
Plus your con plus 5. Because he's a trained professional healer.
Well,
Yep, pick up and drop if it's cocked like that. It
Oh,
should
okay.
be just be 5 though when you hover over it. Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go. Okay, so make sure you heal that much, as each of you are affected by the healer trait. You cannot be healed again. This is also by the cook.
All right.
We still need to hire that cook. I'm hiring that cook.
If I suspect the cost will be extensive.
Pretty
It's
much.
worth it.
Yeah. It'd be worth it, but it'd be expensive, so I hope you got a lot of gold.
I don't disagree.
So, you killed whatever was controlling them, and the rats and the slimes are working together?
They
They
were,
were.
but they're not now.
The
They're,
thing
they're
controlling
fighting
them
each
was
other.
allowing them to work together.
Yeah.
So if that's the case, the slimes are currently fighting the rats, so either the rats will win or the slimes will win?
Yes, probably the slimes, though the rats are numerous. But I suspect that, well, the more rats die, the more slimes there'll be.
Yes, so it'll even out in the slime's favour.
Yes.
We've tried taking out as many as we could
Right.
on the way out.
Unfortunately, we encountered resistance
Of course, of course.
and doors.
You've done a lot so far. And doors?
Oh, yeah. Just gonna go to my bag. Just pull out all of the notes. So we found some drug syndicate organization down there, and
Okay.
The leaf cutters.
Right.
they're
And
dead.
do
Yeah,
you
there's a
need...
whole secondary subplot going on.
Do you need a translator, or are you good?
I mean, I can comprehend this with some time, but it'll
I
take some
read.
time.
That
I
might be
read
best.
Arabic.
Tracy's currently asleep, and I don't want to wake her. She's got a busy day tomorrow if we're going to have more injured individuals if these slimes come to the surface. Because I'm not...
Fair.
Don't worry. We'll be more than capable of working it out on our
Very
own.
well. You're welcome to use my office to go walk through this stuff if you need to.
Mhm.
And just sort yourselves out. I'll continue working on what I'm doing.
Vinny,
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
did they say? Did they come back?
Oh, yes, there was one other thing.
Oh, yes?
Using this ring that lets me speak to animals, I was able to talk with one of the rats.
Right.
It said the slimes appeared a few weeks ago. There was a strange rat that was made of jelly and gave off black ichor.
I see. Did you happen to gather any of this ichor/rat?
Yeah. I'm gonna pull out a vial.
We got a
You-
tiny sample.
You watch as Cat pulls out the vial. You can see where previously there seemed to have been black ooze inside has now become ash by the looks of it.
I guess it makes sense. The tendrils turn to ash as well. I'll
That's
hand
without
over
a
the
lead,
ash.
then.
You hand over the ash. She takes it. Shame, but we might be able to give this to your associate, the cataloger, and see if he can discover anything tomorrow morning. He said he was going to do a little bit of night digging to see if he could find anything with regards to these attacks. See if there was any rhythm to them at all, but I guess now that rhythm might be disrupted. Hopefully he returns soon and safely. But, yes. And you said you spoke to a rat as well and mentioned all of this? And it was a few weeks ago, which lines up with some of the first attacks.
Yes, the first one entered. The first oozes came from it, and it got the rest of the rats working for it.
I see, but the first incidences of the disease happened before the rat arrived?
Yeah, that was what we understood. The disease predated the oozes. They were just spreading it.
So they are two separate things.
Yeah, when we spoke to the victim, the one who survived earlier, they mentioned a girl they were playing with outside of the city.
Yes, I remember Tracy mentioning that.
Well, the rat mentioned her as well.
So you think it might be her?
When we spoke with Elia.
I see.
I think so. He also mentioned that she'd been seen outside around the caravans.
With the nomads.
That's right.
That would explain some of the cases coming from outside the city. Any description that we have for this girl? I mean, you asked Tracy to look into, to try and get in contact with. Hold on, get to my notes. Where is he? What's his name? Hold on, I've got to look through like 15 letters to try and find the name of. There we go, Lenning Hart. You told Tracy to send a message to Lenning. With regards to the nobility, he'd gone to visit Lord Bevot's about a month ago.
Yeah, well, noble would match the description. Apparently, pale with a blue dress and a circlet. I'm gonna grab a piece of paper and doodle the sprig as best I can on it.
Okay. Okay, you grab a piece of paper, you doodle the sprig. Go ahead and give me a sleight of hand check.
Ooh. Stinky.
What do we have here?
6.
6.
It's like...
You draw a stick. Yep. That's what you draw.
What are we drawing? I can draw.
He drew it.
Kay can draw.
He draws the sprig.
Kay draws
I
a stick
see.
figure.
You draw a stick figure as well. I see. So it had a sprig on it? I'm confused.
It was a symbol, from what I understood, on the circlet. I think it represents a house.
There aren't any that I know of that are like that.
Oh, I found thingies. Kay takes out the 16 wooden figurines.
Okay.
On that note, can I have that paper and ink, Kay?
Wait a minute, I gotta figure out what these are.
Okay.
Are they special? Are they important? Can I
Okay.
eat them?
Kat, are you ritual casting comprehend languages at the moment, or are you gonna try and inspect these figurines?
I will try and inspect the figurines because I've not gone into the thing to sit down yet.
Okay, make me an intelligence check then, please.
Okay. Oh, well, that's a thing.
Yeah, don't use a D8.
Damian is quite
A lot.
possible. I think
That's
Damian
fine.
probably sat down on a chair and decided to try and have a snooze. He's just
Okay.
bored.
The only other person who
Doesn't
might
know what's
get
going on.
the only other person who might get this would be okay, never mind. Lloyd knows as well. Okay. As you're both looking over this, the two of you recognize this. From a cultural point, or from a point of view from your point, Kat, these are pieces of a game that you've never been able to play before. One that you were told was not for your age group. But you do recognize this as a game that was being played back when you visited, back when you played Illusionist's Creed. This is a game being played in that establishment. Do you remember? Yeah.
Yeah, so these are pieces from I think it was a gambling game of some degree.
Lloyd concurs, nodding and otherwise mentioning that he used to partake in this game every now and then.
So it's a game.
Yeah.
And
You know,
Part
Kat,
of the
from
game.
seeing it, the game itself revolves around a simple but very elegant system. An individual must place a piece on the table, any one of the 16 pieces that have been made. They must then take a drink, a full pint of beer or ale is traditionally used, or a shot of some strong spirit, followed by stacking one of the other pieces on top of it. You repeat the process. If you get all 16 on top of one another, everybody else pays for your drinks for the next month.
So, to put it simply, these things, you got to stack them, and every time you put one down, you have to have an adult's beverage, I was always told. And then, yeah, and if you can get all of them on top of each other, stacked like a giant totem, then everyone has to buy you a drink.
Alright, so I'm rearranging this game. It now involves food.
Yeah. Lloyd mentions that that when he used to play this game, it used to just involve money, and and you used to put down a gold coin and take a drink. Because he mentions that they used to have watered down alcohol, and they used to drink, put down a piece, but they'd put a gold coin down with it as well, and it would just add to the pot, and you'd pass it around the table slowly but surely, adding up until someone got the full 16. If no one did, then the pot stuck until next time somebody played.
I see. I'm gonna hand over the paper and
Okay.
by the way. I don't.
Okay.
That's...
There is 50 gold pieces worth of parchment and 50 gold pieces worth of ink.
Okay, excellent. That makes 2 runes. Perfect.
Okay. So, I don't think there's any houses with a sprig on it, but you mentioned pale, was it? How pale exactly?
Very, almost white from what I understood.
We'll wait until we hear back from Lenning tomorrow. Lenning would know more about this if he's able to get in contact with us. He should be sending back a message tomorrow morning via Magpie.
There are also these growing down there. And I pull out my mushrooms. Except for my good mushrooms. I want that.
Okay.
The hag's brain. That one.
I believe
Actually,
you've shown them to him before, to which he kind of looks them over
I
and
don't
goes,
think I showed them to him.
was it him or was it one of the
showed
plague
it. I
the
showed the
plague
captain.
mates? Yeah, you did. I can't say I'm a particular specialist in horticulture. Our newest recruit might know something, but she's currently asleep as well.
Anything else?
She's trained more in poisonous varieties of plants.
Damian just pipes up with one eye slightly ajar and the other one closed. Mycology is the word, I believe.
Yes, that is correct, but I'm also talking to somebody who's calling them mushrooms instead of fungus.
Well, he isn't a very fun guy.
Oh.
Don't make me eat you.
I would punch you, but I'd end up hurting myself on this armor.
Yes, anyway, so, any other bits of info that you might need?
Off the top of my head, no. So did you say I could use your desk?
You're welcome to use the desk or the floor if you need to do any rituals that you might need. You mentioned using comprehend languages, so...
Yes. Okay, I'm going to go and set up in a corner and start deciphering.
Okay.
I'm just going to, read Sylvan. Or Elvish, I should say.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me an intelligence check, and I will say, what pieces do you have from this?
I have a lot of books as well.
Oh, you're going to look through your book specifically?
I'll assist Cat first of all, but after that I'm going on to my books. So I'll assist Cat first of all. I guess all I'll be doing is I'll essentially be doing an initial sweep to look over what seems pertinent. Because even if it's not a perfect reading, I'll at least hopefully get some idea as to what they may contain. So I can try and use that to narrow down which ones we want Cat to look deeper into.
Okay. In which case, go ahead and roll me an intelligence check. This will be looking over the books while also doing your best to decipher them. So this will be determining what the spine reads and any inside information from the first few pages.
Ha! Okay, so my intelligence is not minus, so that is +1, but it's only a +1.
Okay, looking over, you use your
Again,
Sylvan as best you can.
I do read the
Yes,
language.
yes, you read Sylvan, which is a variety of Elvish, so that does help in this regard. It's mainly just a getting the words in the right order. So in this instance, you're looking over the books. Most of them seem to reference something known as Veil. And kind of looking over them, some of them seem to be recipe books, some seem to be like chemistry books. Some seem to be just almost logbooks of some form. But you can see that large portions of pages have been torn out of these logbooks, almost intentionally so. You're just looking over the books. It's strange, but most of them seem to reference something known as Veil. And then you're looking over some of the books, and it seems to be some form of recipe, and you see in one of them in particular diagrams of what looks to be lab equipment. Similar to what you saw smashed inside of the lab. So these potentially are construction books on what they were doing down there.
Right. There appears to be reference to something called Veil here, and these seem like some sort of recipe or a process manual.
I will say, with that being said, Vinny, Damian, and Lloyd, go ahead and roll me intelligence checks here. So I'll roll for Lloyd. Nah, Lloyd has no idea. That makes sense.
11.
Okay.
I'll have a look. Intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, right, that's 10.
10. 10, 11. The two of you recognize the term veil. Vinny, you've heard of the term before being used in conjunction with other terms. You recognize it as some form of drug. That you already knew. But you don't know the specifics about it. But you recognize the term, something you've come across in the past. Whereas Damian, you know more about this. Thinking about veil, you recognize this as a drug that is heavily monitored due to one of the locations near, if you remember correctly from what information you knew about your local area, I believe it's in Augsfeld. Yeah, Augsfeld grows the plant that can be used to make veil, which is a highly addictive and dangerous drug, and hence why it's so heavily monitored. Because you've taken a few trips to go there, because it's also a very, very useful medical herb. But in the wrong hands, can be used to make a very dangerous drug. You don't know the symptoms, you don't know what kind of things you're looking at, but if veil's mentioned, then this is a very serious operation that was previously being used here. Okay. Meanwhile, Kat, you're using comprehend languages, as this gets mentioned. So, what are you looking through first, and what do you have in your inventory for this?
I've got written down. I've got 3 books from multiple desks.
Okay.
I collected
so
1 from the first room and then 2 from the second room that are all relevant on the desks.
the desk of
And
the hidden area, and then there's the rolled up. Okay, you got the rolled up note from around the syringes. You got the one found in the desk on the hidden crew lounge. You got the one from the storage room under the distillery, and you got the pieces of paper from the Elven Drug Lab. Those are the only ones that you should have gotten. I don't think there was a third book.
okay, and maybe that was just 2, and I just pushed 3 back to them. But I will be going through. I mean, to start with, I'll probably go with the syringes because I want to know what's going on there, and then I'll go with systematically going in order from the first ones I got to the last ones, because the first ones might have information that I need to understand as the last.
Okay. I will send you the full description for these, or do you want me to? If you're going to be releasing this information to the rest of the party, do you want to?
You can read it out if you want.
Okay. I'll send you the information and I'll read it out, and then you can
I
send it if
say
you wish.
to Romulus, veil. Ah, that's a highly controlled substance.
I've heard of it, but I don't know a lot about it.
I've been to the place where they grow sort of the base plant for the drug.
What's his drug?
The first bit you've sent is these syringes, yeah?
Yep, that was the piece of paper that was wrapped around them. What's the next thing
Okay,
you wish
so-
to figure out?
Then I was going to work through from the first ones I got onwards. So that'll be the upstairs, the main room desk,
Yep.
and
Okay.
then it'll be the other room, and then the last, then the next room, and then the last one, which was where the guy was found dead and the rat god.
Damian just hears a voice ask what is drug, doesn't think anything more of it, and says, "Oh, it's something that you take orally."
Reading through, just.
Just neglected to notice that it was Kay who asked, and has just basically said that he can eat drugs.
Storage room. Cool. Address open with alphabetic drive used.
Yeah, you'll have time to read all of these, so.
Okay.
I'm also going to divide these by other stuff. Is there anything else the rest of you would like to do? You just taking a short rest, anyone, or are you...
I'm gonna
Damian,
try on my new shirt.
You're gonna what?
Try
You're
on
gonna
the
try
shirt.
on
Try
your
on my new shirt.
Okay.
I'll be honest, my entire intention for Romulus is to get just like have my hand in a cast or bandaged up, and then just lie on the ground or in a bed until it's time for me to sleep, so that I can get fully healed up.
We're still in the office,
been-
right?
I've been beat up
Yes,
so
you're
many
still
times.
you're still in the
today.
office at this time, and the head abbot is currently like watching over what's going on as Kat's currently deciphering these books. It would seem. As you try on the shirt, Kay, it's a bit big for you, and you kind of flop the arms around for a bit before it shrinks to your size.
Ooh.
You can feel the magic on the surface of it as your arms begin to slightly. This would be as you begin to get slightly dizzy for a moment before you begin to focus, and the dizziness begins to dissipate. Do you wish to attune to this item?
Okay. Yes. I wanna.
But turns out it's cursed.
It's
Curse
not
of
the
binding.
first time. It would not be the first time I've been cursed.
Curse of binding and vanishing.
And you said dizziness?
Yep.
Cool.
I don't think Damian's really got anything to show or tell, so he's just sort of sitting on the chair, just sort of kind of. I guess he is kind of taking a short rest, really.
So, guys, I've unwrapped these syringes, and so far it's saying don't steal, work in progress. Should work on people though.
I wouldn't touch that any further. That may be Veil.
The liquid color was yellow for the syringes, notably. Just to clear that up for general reference.
But isn't Veil supposed to work on people?
Oh,
Ah,
is this?
True, yes, it is. So it must be something else experimental. So definitely don't take it.
I
Or
had no
try and
intention
accidentally
to,
trick
but
yourself. Just, yeah.
Yeah, and Kay, just to clear up, you were attuning to this?
Yes.
There you go. There's the description for the new item as you learn its properties as you are attuning to it.
okay. So the next one is the book we found in the storeroom. It's Ledger. Open it. Other pages try fused with darker stain and liquid. There's a number of pages that fused together, mostly illegible.
There is
So
one
from
thing.
what I have seen
There you go. I forgot that
is
bit.
a couple of days, or it's over several days. We've got stock in, stock out. So stock out was a cask of barley wine. Then in was 3 crates of barley and 7 barrels of water. It's just what's been in and out. It seems to be mostly barley, barrels of water, barley, wine, barley, barrel of water, barley spirit.
Okay, so they were getting happy with supplying alcohol and drugs.
Okay. Then
Or
the
it's
next...
possible that ledger could have just been for the actual distillery above us.
That's
Oh,
true.
no, this was the storage room book.
Which is underneath the distillery, right?
Correct.
Storage room.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Then you've
okay,
got
so that's probably the distillery.
Then you've got the ledger from the crew lounge. Pages most
that's
of
the
these are
one.
worn out, but it says shipment number 556. So they've been going at this for a while. Heading to ZC, which I'm assuming is Zaka's Crossing.
Oh.
Handoff driftwood, quantity 2 crates of refined veil.
This is what was mentioned in the letter that we found on the skeleton at the crossroads really early on. I would
Quite-
assume.
Quite
Yeah?
possibly. If that is the case, then they've sent 3 more shipments out since that person died. There's one going to LA, where handoff Black Swing, and that is 5 crates of crude veil. One heading to Bar, handoff rock salt, that is 3 crates of refined veil. And
Oh,
another one heading to CA, handoff Howler, quantity of 5 bottles of aged veil.
so hang on. The bar is BA, right?
BAR.
BAR.
Oh, okay, so it's not somewhere I know. Okay, and then I think the other ones fit anything that I could go with. Okay.
Okay.
Do you want me to copy and paste all this information to?
Yeah, no, go for it.
Okay. Cool.
Notes from the lab. Paper has a red ring of liquid stain from a cup, glass, or a bottle. It's placed on it. 3 kegs of most recent orders. 3 kegs of crude veil times 1 veil concentrated veil. P.S. Work will be slow for the reason since ZC got busted last month. So use this time to visit family if you need to. Just be careful when given what's going on around at the moment. None of us have caught it, and you've
Oh,
all been down there for some time, so you shouldn't have to worry. Just be careful.
so
I don't
they're
want to
aware
lose.
of the illness at this
It
point, but it appears the
seems
slimes
so.
haven't necessarily appeared yet.
It
It
says,
also appears that
There's also more of the
this
letter.
entire sewer
Yeah.
thing may have been completely unrelated to the
Exactly.
plague.
That's
But
the rest.
it says just be careful. Don't want to lose whoever is going on here, whatever is going on here, or held responsible if your family catch it. Whisper Venkos. At the bottom of the piece of paper is the symbol of the leaf cutters,
Hang on.
with the top missing.
Okay, that Saker's Crossing got busted last month sounds pretty much what the letter was referring to. Because something went wrong, is what we understood.
Okay. As you're all kind of poring over these letters, I'll say Vinny. You look over at Kay and you can see the shirt that he's wearing now looks like chainmail. It just looks like chainmail, but you can see it still flows like a shirt.
Sorry, Kay, do you mind if I'm going to lay a hand on it? Does it feel like chainmail?
You put your hand on it. Doesn't feel like metal, no, it feels like the soft fabric. Your hand doesn't pass through it, it's solid, it's there, but it feels like the soft fabric.
Huh. Weird. Well, anyway,
It's useful.
do you know what it does?
I change it back to normal.
Okay. You watch as it shifts and turns back into a nice white frilled shirt.
Huh.
Notably, it has just been put over the top of everything else, so it looks really out of
Yeah.
place.
I'll fix it later. I just wanted to see how magic item affected me while wearing.
But fair enough.
Yeah. Doesn't seem to affect you after you attune to it.
So does that thing actually protect you when it's turned into armor, or?
No.
Oh, okay.
Just makes him look cool. As long as it retains being a
It's-
shirt, you can change it to
It's
anything.
it's an illusion. Illusion for reason. They might
Nice.
think I strong armor. Urgh. But I be strong with no armor. Urgh.
It's possible. Abbott,
Yes.
do you happen to have a map anywhere that I could borrow?
Of anything in particular?
The surrounding area.
Yes, I should have something.
Like, the next few major civilizations out from here.
Ah, yes, of course. Give me just one moment. As I have to take a cut of my map. Okay, we can do this one of two ways. Because we've now reached the end of our stop time, I can get a finer cut of what the map will look like. And this will mean that I can then import it into Tabletop and you can have a look at it while you have access to it. Or I can send you a cheap cut now and it will look pretty rough. And then I'll...
We look
Refined.
Look at it next session. Beginning of
Yeah,
next
I'm happy to wait.
Okay,
Mhm.
in which case I will get you that map all sorted for next session. It will just be like a simple cut of the area. I will ask, how fine do you wish to go? Are you looking for local detail, including things like farming estates, including like road names, including mountain passes, or are you just looking for general area where roads go, city and town names, and campsite stops?
I really just need roads and names of civilizations.
Okay. In which case it will be a
That's
general.
the level of detail I'm looking for.
Okay. In which case it will be a general map then that you'll be looking for. Okay. Good to know. How far out are you looking for this to go? The local area or beyond? Because beyond is possible, but he's probably going to have to acquire the map. If you're just looking for a local area, then that's easier to do.
How broad would local area be? Because I was hoping for, well, at least everywhere that's directly connected to.
Okay, yeah, that
this
should be fine.
place.
Yeah, that should be alright.
Okay.
Yeah, that should be doable.
Yeah.
Okay.
Only because Vinny doesn't actually know this part of the world very well.
Nope, that's fair. Okay, I will get that sorted for next session then.
Cool.
I'll add it to my to-do list. Okay. Anything else you wish to do, or do you wish to call it there and have a look over the information you've got and decide for your next session what your plan's gonna be?
I'd like to call it there. I'm about to fall asleep.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
cool.
sounds good to me.
Okay, fair enough. So, for the stream, actually no, first.
Yeah.
And so, as our wonderful little adventuring crew make it back to the surface, mostly unharmed, they otherwise get themselves a little bit of healing, do a little bit of deciphering and gathering of information, making quote-unquote friends with a white rat, and now preparing for their next move with the information that they've been given. Thank you for watching, hope you enjoyed, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.